So if you're looking to leave that lasting impression, call us 561-687-7993 or visit signoramawpb.com.
From Vero Beach down to Boca Raton and out to the muck, we've got you covered all over Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast on ESPN 106.3. HSS Florida presents ESPN West Palm's High School Game Day. We're coming to your city. The biggest games, the most compelling stories, the area's best high school sports coverage. Supported by Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather. ESPN West Palm High School Game Day is also presented by Kaiser University,
South Florida Ford,
Sports Certified by VitaCost,
Moss Plus by Messi,
Duffy's Sports Grill,
Culligan,
Racetrack,
Safebound Moving and Storage,
and the Boca Raton Bowl.
And we're coming to your city.
It is time for football in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. Week 0 action here on ESPN 106.3. It is High School Game Day presented by HSS. How good of a start do we have for you on this Thursday night? Getting us started as early as possible. 2 defending state champions, our West Boca Bulls, taking on and playing host to the Chaminade Madonna Lions. How about this battle of the running backs? How about this week 0 start to high school football season? Good evening, folks. I'm Christian Catt. I'll be on the call tonight alongside the coach Jimmy Bell here live from West Boca High School. But before we get into more of the pregame festivities for that kickoff scheduled for 6:30 p.m. tonight, Theo Dorsey had a chance to speak with the head coach of the West Boca Bulls. He was crowned the Coach of the Year at the ESPN Top 63 Awards less than a week ago. It is Coach Dylan Potts.
Head coach Dylan Potts with the defending state champion West Boca Bulls, joining me, Theo Dorsey, here on ESPN 106.3. And just start with this. How much different has this offseason been for you, with you guys having now that target on your back, but then also a lot of people that want the attention of the West Boca Bulls?
Well, I think it's always our kids have done a really good job of staying grounded and, keeping laser focused on what's, the next goal. And, we're not complacent with just winning one state championship and then riding off to the sunset. And since January 1st, it's been the mindset of, hey, we got to work even harder right now. We're trying to take it to a national level now. And I think the kids have really bought in. We've had our best off season that we've ever had here. Obviously, with the new facility, we're able to do a lot more different things. It's just been a really good off season. The kids have really bought into what we're doing.
How much of, again, over the weekend for the ESPN Top 63 Awards, Javian Mallory, your running back, is named the #1 overall player in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. It's not a shock, but I think it would come to a shock to a lot of people that you won a state championship last year, and much of that run, including the championship game and the playoffs, was with Mallory sidelined with injury. You're going to be bringing him back. You're bringing back a lot of players from that state title team last year as well. You talk about the national level. How confident are you in that you guys are actually even better than how good you were last year, despite being so dominant?
We're very confident. We knew, we know what we bring back. I mean, we only graduated two starters, a good senior class, but not a deep senior class last year. And, just getting kids back like Javian, it's just, you don't replace a kid like that. There's to me, he's the best running back in the country, and he's looked the best he's ever looked. And that's saying something because he's looked pretty good at times, throughout his career. So just getting a kid like him back, it just brings a different dynamic to our offense, to our team, just knowing what you saw last year, when he played against Atlantic and some of these other games are going to be every week this year, and he's just different. And, it's super happy for him, not only is it commitment to Miami, winning the preseason award as, the top player. I mean, I believe he's the best player in Palm Beach County. I think he's the best player in South Florida. And I think he's going to go out this year, including Thursday night, and show he's the best player in the country.
That's what I'm curious of, because we're talking about a guy that won best player in the county his sophomore year as our starting running back. We missed most of his junior campaign. Is he kind of hungry to have one of these potentially historic senior years? Like, he could really ride off to the sunset with some numbers as well as the accolades that can cement him as one of the great running backs in the history of high school football in Florida.
Absolutely. I mean, I think he's hungry. I mean, at the end of the day, to get out there and just show everyone he's back. He's back and better. And it's there's no hey, I haven't played in a couple months. I haven't done this. I mean, he's like I said, it's just different when he's out there. Not only just from what he brings, obviously as an athlete and everything like that, but his leadership, his presence out there, just his energy, his personality. I mean, he's a kid that checks every box, and he's going to have a big time year this year. I mean, it's going to be. I think he's going to have his best year yet. I mean, if he wanted to, now he's not a stat guy and everything like that, but if he wanted to, he could rush over 2,000 this year. Like I said, he has that type of ability, but we have a really strong backfield, a strong offensive line and everything like that. We have a lot of weapons everywhere. So Jay's always the first one when we get down in the red zone. He doesn't care if he has to go block, and as J-Lock gets the touchdown, Anderson, Quentin, whoever scores, Jay's the ultimate team player. And that's why he doesn't care about the stats, but he has the potential to be the best in the country this year.
That's what that's what we can kind of see from the outside looking in, just talent wise, the size and everything. But then you look at the rest of the West Boca Bulls, and you had 7 players on that top 63 list. Like you said, many of them have a lot of experience because they played in those big time games for y'all last year. For you as a coach, how much easier does that make it for you to be able to set the tone for them in that nice facility, set the tone on the practice field, and remind them of what that goal is, how it's possible, but then also how they have to work towards getting it?
Well, I think my job as a coach and our jobs as coaches, when you have a lot of talented players, is just letting them play fast and letting them be them. We don't have to overcomplicate things. At the end of the day, they're a super talented group, not only physically, but very their work, mentally they can handle a lot as well too. And it's just a difference now that we've been in the system. The kids have been in the system now 3 and 4 years. So you're just kind of seeing, a kid like Trey Moran is the best I've seen him look, but that's what I would expect as a sophomore. I'm going to be a junior now with, 2 years under his belt. So you're seeing a lot of these kids, especially in that junior class, take the next step. Where that senior class, I thought, took the next step, last year as you're maturing from a sophomore to junior. Now that 27 class, which I was telling you guys on Saturday, I think it's just as good as the 26 class, is really take that next step as well too. So it's 2-3 years ago, we're starting nothing but freshmen and sophomores. Now this year, I think we have 1 sophomore starting. So it's just a difference of, like I said, having an experienced veteran group versus, kids that are playing on that stage for the first time. So I don't think now, our kids aren't, not that they ever were last year, but, we've been in these big games. We know what to expect. They've been playing against the best. And, so that they know how to handle everything that comes with it. They know how to handle that playoff run. They understand, it's something we talked about in the offseason. It's long when you get in the playoffs, just like an NFL season is 18, 19, 20 weeks is a long season. So how can you mentally stay locked in that long? And I think having that experience in the playoffs, having that experience of going through these long camp days and things like that, our kids know how to handle it now.
Speaking of experience, you're doing a Kickoff Classic against a pretty experienced team when it comes to winning state championships, plural, bringing in Chaminade on Thursday. Why them? How excited are you to kind of test your talent, your coaching staff, and your team up against the team that is a national powerhouse in Chaminade?
Well, it's really, we want to prove that we're one of the best teams in the country. And we want to, like I said, prove that Palm Beach is going to hang with any Dade and Broward team at any time. And that's kind of the reason why we wanted to do that matchup, because it doesn't matter. We could have 6 teams in the county win a state championship this year, and they're still going to say, oh, they don't play football up in Palm Beach. It's only Dade and Broward. So, we want to show that we're, the best team in South Florida. And I think that's what we're going to go out there and do on, Thursday night.
For you, I know Kickoff Classics don't count towards the record, but what else do you look for in those preseason games? Are there still some kind of position battles that are up to be decided? Are there young guys you're going to want to give some time so that you can see what they'll look like against some of the top talent as well? What's your strategy in that?
Yeah, I mean, I think each year you're going to approach it a little bit different. I mean, I feel, now we bring back so many starters. There's not that many position battles because some of these kids have been starting those positions for a while. But, I think as you go through camp and just like in the NFL, just like this is a preseason game, you're working on finding your identity. And, we know what our identity is. But at the end of the day, it's our identity can be one thing when we're practicing against each other. And then you get out there and see another team and say, okay, hey, maybe we need to work a little bit more on this punt return unit or this, our 12 personnel offense and things like that. So obviously everything is always geared towards getting ready for that December 13th date. And I always tell our kids, keep that in the back of your mind. But right now we're focused on winning on Thursday. That's it. That's for us. Like, it's the mindset I tell our kids, don't buy into the, hey, it's just a preseason, this and that. No, we're going out to win. Like, we got to make a statement. And we know if we want to be on that national mix that we got to beat the best teams.
It also matters what's going to be on your field as a quarterback. What does that position look like? What's new for the West Boca Bulls there?
Well, Trey Moran will come back and, like I said, ran for over 2,000 last year, 20 plus touchdowns. Amari McNeil comes in from Elia, Broward County first team, Broward County first team all county quarterback. So those two have done a great job. And like I said, O's a senior, Trey's a junior. So you're going to experience group right now. Trey started a lot of games. O started a lot of games. So those kids, they're both going to play. We'll be running the 2 quarterback system just like, we did last year. And and that's not a slight to both of them that there's no position battle. I just believe that those two are really, really talented, and I'd be doing them a disservice if they didn't get on the field. And they bring different dynamics to the offense, but more importantly, they bring a lot of experience under the belt, which I think is just something as a quarterback you can't supplement. I don't care how talented you are until you get out there and see it. And a kid like who's played against Chaminade last year, and and Trey, who's had a big game in the state championship, and so these kids have played a lot of football now.
For you, again, it just is such an interesting way in which y'all play that way, the 2 quarterback system. You don't see it at any level, especially for teams that are competing at such a high level as y'all. What does that do for the rest of especially the skill players on offense? How are you able to practice and make sure that they get reps with both quarterbacks so that the timing, the chemistry, and everything like that works no matter who's in at quarterback?
Well, I think it takes a little bit more coordinating and practice planning. I mean, that's, just making sure that hey, when we're scripting out practice, hey, this group, he's working with these receivers. This group, he's working with these receivers. They're getting to work it on the left hash, right hash, middle. At quarterback, Trey at quarterback, JV. We do a lot of mix. We try to run it like a college offense and NFL offense with a lot of different personnel groupings. So it just takes a little bit more, planning on our end, but at the end of the day, it's something that we believe in. It's something that works for us, and it might not work for everyone. And I know they said it wasn't going to work last year, and we're gonna go out there and do it again and make it work again this year.
Reigning state champion and Palm Beach County's from top 63 coach of the year in the preseason and for the regular season last year, Dylan Potts joining myself, Theo Dorsey. Y'all ended a 10-plus year state title drought in the area. Good luck on Thursday night. Stay healthy, and we'll be out there for sure watching every snap.
Absolutely. Thank you, Theo.
That was head coach Dylan Potts of the West Boca Bulls. We're counting down to kickoff here at West Boca High School. Week 0 action between the Chaminade Madonna Lions and West Boca, a clash of 2 reigning defending state champions. Both of those teams were fortunate enough to end their 2024 seasons with wins. How will they begin in Week 0 action in 2025? Hey, here's a reminder that you can watch this game. The HSS Game of the Week will be live broadcasted. Yes, video. We have our video crew on site here at West Boca. You can watch the game on YouTube. Go to YouTube at ESPN Top 63 and watch our Game of the Week. I will be on the call with the coach, Jimmy Bell. We'll be breaking down everything going on, and you can watch it for yourself if you're not fortunate enough to be in the building here tonight. And actually, on the way to West Boca, making the drive from West Palm Beach, our City Place studios, I made a stop at a racetrack. They're more than just the one-stop shop for football tailgates. They are the West Boca Bulls' biggest fan. They're the Benjamin Buccaneers' biggest fan. They are Cardinal Newman fans. They are the biggest fan of our high school football programs in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. With their whatever gets you going style of convenience, Racetrack is the go-to for all game day essentials, ice cold drinks from either their fountain machines or from the fridge, salty snacks, sweet treats, and freshly made in-house pizza. Get it by the pie, get it by the slice. You'll enjoy it either way. Racetrack proudly operates under the mission of making people's lives simpler and more enjoyable, serving as a one-stop shop for quality and convenience on the go. And I can personally attest to this. I went and saw a movie last night, and fortunately enough, literally right across the street was a Racetrack. I don't have time to sit through a drive-through. I don't have time to go to a restaurant. I couldn't make my own food. So what did I do? I stopped into Racetrack, got some sweets, pocketed them for the movie, and took down some tornadoes. I took down some snacks, all at Racetrack. At Racetrack, you're not just a customer, you're a part of the team. 7.5 million customers strong every week. And myself, Christian Cat is one of them. From Friday night lights to unforgettable touchdowns that light up the scoreboard, Racetrack is proud to support and fuel the passion and spirit of our young athletes. Racetrack, dedicated to giving back to the communities we serve and helping our future stars shine. Join us this fall and cheer on your favorite local high school football team at Racetrack. They're proud to fuel dreams by supporting our local high school teams. Together, we're making a difference. Shout out to Racetrack. And when we return, more high school game day. Here live at West Boca High School, it's the HSS Game of the Week. West Boca Bulls playing host to Chaminade Madonna. It's all live on ESPN 106.3.
ESPN 106.3 is your home for live sports presented by Hard Rock Bet, home of Inter Miami, Miami Heat, and the Miami Dolphins. Catch all the action and the biggest matchups throughout the week right here on ESPN 106.3. Hard Rock Bet, it's Florida's official sports book. Try Hard Rock Bet now and receive up to $100 back in bonus bets if your first bet doesn't win. It's offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida, must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida. Wager terms and conditions apply. Considered by gambling. Call 1-888-ADMITTED.
Saturday, August 23rd at 6 p.m. is Baseball, Brews, and Boom at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium, presented by Southern Eagle Distributing. For $35 in advance and $40 at the gate, fans 21 and older can enjoy the craft beer tasting event from 5 to 7 p.m. with burger and chips included, plus post-game fireworks. To find out more information about the event and to purchase tickets, stop by the ticket office or visit RogerDeanChevroletStadium.com.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike, and if you love football, you're in the right place. Tomorrow, the 2025 season of High School Game Day is coming to your city. ESPN West Palm is on campus for Palm Beach Central at Atlantic, live from Delray Beach at 6 here on ESPN 106.3.
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
What if every use of your debit card turns spare change into something meaningful, like growing your savings and supporting local community causes? With Flagler Credit Union's Impact Checking with Everyday Change, your spare change can have big impact. Each transaction can be rounded up to grow your savings and support nonprofits that provide meals, shelter, and essential services locally. Make an impact in your life and in your community. Open your Impact Checking account today. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic University Athletics.
Serving clients for over 30 years, Team IP has been the #1 souvenir merchandiser in the U.S., proudly powering over 2,800 events and 24 college football bowl games every year, including ESPN, ESPN events, and the Boca Raton Bowl right here in South Florida. From custom apparel to branded promo gear, we bring your event to life. Want to boost your brand? Visit teamip.com and make Team IP your team today. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Summer's winding down, and we know you want to enjoy what's left of it. But before you celebrate this Labor Day weekend, plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Tina, I've been looking everywhere for you.
Hey, Colin, what's up?
How's the gym?
It's been great. I'm seeing results. My sports-certified Vitacost products have made a world of difference.
Oh, same. Isn't it great? Vitacost is basically the reason I've been able to keep up with Ironman training. Everything you need is in one place for my BCAAs, protein, and electrolytes. Best part, it's all clean and free of banned substances.
Go re-up on your supplements today. Visit Vitacost.com and use code ESPN20 for 20% off. Level up your game with Vitacost.
ESPN West Palm is on the move. Brought to you by Safebound Moving and Storage, the most trusted moving company in Florida. You're safe with Safebound. You're listening to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day, presented by HSS Florida. Choose better, move better, and supported by Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather.
We're coming to your city.
Welcome on back to West Boca Raton for Week 0 action, kickoff classic action between two defending state champions. The West Boca Bulls playing host to Chaminade Madonna Lions. I'm Christian Catt on the call alongside the coach, Jimmy Bell. Does it get better than this, Coach Bell?
Well, I tell you what, I circled this one on the calendar, I'll be honest with you, because when you think about it, you start the season off and you want to get tested, but usually you don't go this deep in. I respect what West Boca has done. Chaminade has won 7 of the last 8 state championships, 4 in a row, so they bring a lot of talent. But on the other side, West Boca is trying to build that same type of relationship and with other teams and saying, listen, wherever you are, we'll come and play you. I love this for week 1.
You know, it really was interesting listening to Bulls head coach Dylan Potts when discussing what's next for West Boca. You conquered that mountain. You got to the tippy top, and you achieved an accomplishment that 99.999 down the line percent of football players, coaches could never dream of, and winning a state championship. And he said January 1st, the journey began, and now it turns to becoming a national power, such as the team that they're going to face in Week 0 here tonight. Can you describe the difference between a state power and a national power when it comes to high school football?
Well, again, I talk about relationships. When I look at a national power, they know that coaches across the country know that they're going to bring their best football. You don't want to just play somebody to play them. Chaminade Madonna is going to come in and they're going to bring their best football. So that's what you want to do. They're a measuring stick for you. When you look at teams like Lakeland Dreadnoughts, Miami Central, those are national teams that always have respect. West Boca's trying to get on that level. Chaminade's already there, so that's the difference.
It's funny, the running back position in all levels of football has been going through changes. Like in the NFL, stock very, very low during the offseason. Bang, Saquon, Derrick Henry, even Joe Mixon have career years that drive the stock back up. And when talking about running backs at the high school level, we've probably got the 2 best in the state here tonight. And you heard Dylan Potts before the game saying he thinks he got the best one in the country on his roster with West Boca. Derek Cooper is the senior running back for Chaminade Madonna. Of course, Javian Mallory, the ESPN top 63 number 1 player with the West Boca Bulls. How can a elite level running back that's going to play on Saturdays, no doubt about that. Of course, Mallory is going to be part of the U, and he's got a great chance on playing on Sundays if all goes well in that college career. How important is that level running back to a high school roster?
Well, a lot of times you'll have a young quarterback, so you want to try to use the run game to set up the passing game. That's a beautiful thing if you got that. That's a great luxury to have. But the thing about it is, running backs also have to be patient. Sometimes they're going to get 2 yards, 3 yards, and all of a sudden they'll bust one for 60. So that's the beauty of these both of these running backs. They know how to be patient. They're going to put the teams on their back, and that carrying the load is what both of these teams will need this year.
Of course, new quarterback entering the mix, a transfer from the west coast of Florida, the Tampa area, Amari McNeil will be, Amari McNeil is joining from Blanche Ely. I mixed up my quarterbacks there. McNeil's 251 yards per game, 31 total touchdowns when you combine his rushing scores and his passing scores, just 2 interceptions, 76 completion percentage. And the plan is right now to share snaps with Trey Moran, the quarterback that we saw last year, trade drives, split snaps with Mason Mallory. It's very interesting. West Boca won a state championship. They did it in the state championship game, not committing to a quarterback. Yeah. So they continue that trend here into 2025. I scratch my head at it sometimes, but listen, how many state championships do I have as a head coach? 0. So they're doing something right when splitting snaps under center.
Well, it's a good problem to have because, again, defenses, they have to account for it. You got 2 guys, 2 different styles, and that's the thing of, knowing when that guy has the right rhythm and he's going to take your team and put him on his back. So you can use that as long as it works. Again, there's always going to be guys, that's healthy competition because I know that if you mess up, I'm right there. So we got a guy, he's got in-game reps, and that's a positive for the offense.
Yeah, no, Amari McNeil, that transfer on in from Blanche Ely, he beat Chaminade Madonna last year. He was 16 for 20 with 407 yards and 5 combined touchdowns, 3 of which were on the ground, 2 in the air. So you have one player on this roster who is more familiar with the Week 0 foe than the entire roster combined, including the coaching staff.
Yeah.
So you got to imagine he's going to play a big role tonight. For a quarterback perspective, how important is seeing that other side before? Is it the other side sees the quarterback and they get the advantage, or is it the quarterback who's seen a defense once before and he gets the advantage?
Well, I think it's the quarterback getting the advantage because, again, he's going to be that signal caller on the field just like a head coach, and he can say, listen, coach, we've seen these things before. I know what they're bringing at me. Now, don't get me wrong. Chaminade does a great job of coaching. They'll throw things at him he's probably never seen before. But nevertheless, he can speak to his teammates and say, listen, I know what these guys bring. They're not going to stop. We got to be intense from the first whistle, and we got to play 4 quarters of football.
West Boca is wearing the all-black unis, gold helmets, gold letters. And the Chaminade Madonna has the white helmets, white pants, and red jerseys. We're going to take a break here on ESPN 106.3's High School Game Day. It's our first HSS game of the week. Combination of 2, one tonight, and then tomorrow we've got Central versus Atlantic. Teams are taking the field. We'll take a break here live on ESPN 106.3.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2025 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2025 Defender 110 P300S for just $889 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Kaiser University's flagship campus. The 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 26 national championships, including back-to-back-to-back lacrosse titles, and they just won their first ever national championship for men's tennis. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
Okay, pause. Literally stop your morning and pay attention because breakfast at McDonald's is popping off with deals. Right now, get a sausage McMuffin with egg for only $3. Or, brace yourself, grab a full breakfast combo in the app for just $5.49. That's hash browns, a drink, the whole delicious situation. So slide through the drive-thru, fuel up for the day, and get with it. McDonald's breakfast. It's fast, it's tasty, it's happening. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Back to school got you tight on cash? McDonald's under $4 McValue menu comes through. Pick from your favorites like a rich caramel frappe or chocolatey mocha frappe. All small frappes are just $3.50. Or grab the iconic snack wrap for just $2.99. That's right, the snack wraps you love are back. Can we take a moment to celebrate the McDonald's under $4 McValue menu? There's something for every appetite, every vibe, and every kind of day. Mickey D's comes through. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
It's Theo Dorsey, and I'm feeling hot, hot, hot. Temperatures are up, but your water shouldn't be full of mystery floaties. Culligan's got your back with water testing and reverse osmosis systems to keep things clean, cool, and crisp this summer. And get this, you can try it for just $10 a month. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and stop drinking who knows what. Visit Culligan.com today to schedule your free water test.
Hey, Culligan man!
The St. Lucie Mets are in the home stretch, and you don't want to miss it. August brings 15 home games to Clover Park, packed with fireworks and fan favorites like $2 beer, hot dogs, soda, and popcorn on select nights. It's affordable, family-friendly fun on the Treasure Coast. And in September, playoff baseball comes to Port St. Lucie. Catch the future stars of the big leagues now. Every game is a new memory waiting to happen. Get tickets and more info at stluciemets.com.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
This is the Inter Miami save of the game.
Right side of the box. This is lobbed in to the right area of the box, and a header is saved by Ustari, diving to his left and swiped it away from the far post and out of play across the end line. Oscar Ustari fully extended.
Brought to you by PNC Bank. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
ESPN West Palm is on the move. Brought to you by Safebound Moving and Storage, the most trusted moving company in Florida. You're safe with Safebound. You're listening to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day, presented by HSS Florida. Choose better, move better, and supported by Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather.
Welcome on back live on ESPN 106.3, or if you're fortunate enough to be able to watch this game, we're streaming it live on Twitter at ESPN Top 63, at ESPN West Palm, or on YouTube. My personal preference to watch the game at ESPN Top 63. You have a beautiful view of this clash of South Florida high school football titans the past couple of years. It is the West Boca Bulls taking on Chaminade Madonna, and you have West Boca going to be kicking it off, and the Lions of Chaminade will be taking over after their trip north from Hollywood.
Yeah, West Boca's come a long way. I remember coaching back in the early 2000s, and they were just starting the program. Mm-hmm. They couldn't get a first down, so now they've gone on to win a state championship, trying to get that rhythm, get that respectability throughout the country, not only just the state. They've done that in the state. Now they're trying to get it out the country.
High school football season on ESPN West Palm is underway, and it starts with a touchback out the back of the end zone on a low line drive kick. Directional, did not give any chance of any Chaminade player to return it. And we are ready to rock and roll here on ESPN 106.3 or live on ESPN Top 63. Talk about Chaminade Madonna. And, Coach, you mentioned how much of a reputation this football program does have, not really just in the state of Florida, but nationally, too.
Yes, sir. And the thing about them is, what I love about them is that they're a small school, but they play the big schools. It doesn't matter who they are, Miami Central, Booker T. It doesn't matter who we play. Whenever we play them, we're ready to play football.
Jones swing pass on the right side, up past line of scrimmage, broken a couple of tackles, and brought out of bounds about 3 yards short of the first down. It'll be second down at around 3. Move that football to the 27-yard line. Those early season jitters, kind of working them out here with an easy pitch and catch for your quarterback.
They will, and the thing about it is you're going to stretch your defense when you do that. Sideline to sideline. Make the defensive backs play football. You got to make tackles on the edge if you're going to beat West Boca.
Ball on the right hash. Trips left, lone receiver right, running back to the left. Quick pass to those trips side at bubble screen. First down, a little bit more, ushered out of bounds, just short of the 35, and they'll give him the 35-yard line. The catch was made by Jason Lopez, who really is number one target from last year for this team. 87 yards per game. He had 17 total touchdowns for Chaminade Madonna Lions. Trips right, lone receiver left. It's a handoff up the middle. Contact in the backfield, but trudging along forward is the tailback for the Lions. And brought down eventually, it is Derek Cooper. We mentioned he is ranked number one on the ESPN Top 100 in the state of Florida. He can be a load to bring down. 60 yards per game last year with 15 total touchdowns.
He can because of the patience. And, again, you see a running back that's going to play at the next level because he knows how to get better as the game goes on. Just following his blocks, knowing how to run downhill and be very patient.
Ball at the 37-yard line. Line to gain is the 45. Another handoff. Cooper takes it up the middle, bounces off the first contact, and gets brought down right around the 40. They'll give him the 40-yard line. It is 3rd down and 5 for Chaminade.
You know, the best running backs that I've seen throughout my years are those guys that were patient. They held the football high and tight. They realize that every play is not going to be a touchdown, but when they do get an opportunity, they're going to take it to the house and help their offense score points.
Twin receivers left. Running back Cooper put in motion to make trips right. 3rd down and 5. The ball's at the 40-yard line on Chaminade's own half of the field. West Boca trying to get a stop or at least force a 4th down. Quarterback draw up the middle. Slobbermacher hit at the 41-yard line. Max Reed lays the boom to quarterback of Chaminade, and it is 4th down and 3.5.
Well, that's the strength of West Boca. They're front 7. You're not going to run the football on them all night. They're going to put a hat on a hat. Guys get off of blocks. They know how to penetrate, and that's the thing that helped them win a state championship last year.
Punt team coming out onto the field for Chaminade. So West Boca gets a stop. 1 first down gain by Chaminade, but a good start to the game for the West Boca defense, who was a dominant unit in 2024. Really, their defense is what brought West Boca to the state championship game, and then the aerial assault came in that game. And the snap's fine by the punt team, and the kick is up. It's short. That one won't get past the 40, let alone the 30, and it goes out. It nearly went out of bounds, but it'll settle up at the 45-yard line past midfield. Good field position setting up for this West Boca offense. And then the question is, who will start the game at quarterback, at signal caller for the West Boca Bulls? Because they will rotate these guys. It's not just a week 0 thing, which I'm sure many schools would assume happened in week 0. This can be a year-long rotating cast of quarterbacks, and it appears the first start will go to Trey Moran, as I see number 1 jog out onto the field. 1st and 10 for West Boca. No score with 9:07 to play in the first quarter. Kickoff classic action, week 0 in South Florida. Shotgun for Moran, twin receivers right, and it's a quarterback, actually the Lockhart. No, it was Trey Moran on the quarterback keeper in the play action. It'll be 2nd and 10. Was that an option there, Coach, or was it in a design quarterback run?
I believe it was a design run, but the thing about the beauty of having 2 quarterbacks is that it keeps the guy on the sideline ready to play at all times. So he's 1 play away from being a starter. He's got to always be ready to play football.
Play action pass. Mallory gets a catch in the backfield, cuts up field, shows off his lateral movement, and gains a couple of yards on 2nd and 10. Setting up 3rd down and 8. Line to gain is past midfield to the 45. And timeout is called. Brought to you by Sports Certified by Vitacost. And we will take a break alongside the action on the field. You are listening to High School Game Day presented by HSS. It's the game of the week. No score, 8:25 to play in the first quarter between West Boca and Chaminade Madonna.
At St. Lucie Battery and Tire, batteries came before tires. We've been selling and servicing all types of batteries for over 50 years. So when you need a battery for nearly anything, we have it, as well as the fast professional installation you need. We carry premium batteries for all your needs: automotive, commercial, marine, RV, and specialty. We also offer delivery and on-site installation, serving our customers quality products for over 50 years in the home of honest, reliable service. Go to slbt.com and book your next appointment.
You're listening to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day, presented by HSS Florida. Choose better, move better, and supported by Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather.
Moran rolls to his left and fires it at the feet of his intended receiver. Incomplete. No good on the 3rd down conversion, setting up 4th and 8. And both teams will trade punts on their debut drives of this 2025 season, week 0 though it may be. 8 minutes to go in the first quarter, no score between the Bulls and the Lions. And again, both defenses stand strong. Chaminade able to get a first down, West Boca unable to do that, as the Bulls get to punt this one away from their own 48. It's a good punt away from the return man. That's going to roll and not be able to return. Might get inside the 5. Is it leaking the end zone? No, is it down? And we're looking for the spot eventually. I think he brought it down inside the 2, if not inside the 1. What a punt, and what a job by that special teams unit for the West Boca Bulls. Chaminade Madonna will be set up inside of the shadows of the goalpost at the 1-yard line. Talk about 3 phases of the game, Coach.
Yes,
when you have 2 evenly matched teams that are used to winning football games, oftentimes that third aspect of the game, special teams, can be the deciding factor.
Yeah, I can't agree more. Again, it may come down to a field goal or extra point, or even a punt in that situation. So, again, you have to be ready on all 3 phases, especially when you're playing a good football team, because they're not going to miss. They're going to be firing on all cylinders. You got to be ready to play football.
Trips left, lone receiver right. It's a pass. Firing it down the far sideline. It is incomplete. Really, that ball was thrown on only one spot. Either Denarius Gray will make the catch in spectacular fashion, or it goes out of bounds, and it happened to be the latter. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Are you surprised by going with the pass when you backed up on your own goal line on the first down?
No, I'm confident. I know what I have in quarterback. He can throw the ball in any situation. You may catch the defense slipping and go 98 yards, but again, those windows of opportunity are going to be very minimal.
There's a handoff to Cooper. Cooper breaks into the second level. There goes Cooper. One man to beat, and he won't beat him. Good ankle tackle to prevent a touchdown by Caleb Hermain.
Yeah, talk about that patience. You see Cooper on that play. He breaks through the hole going to the right side. Again, all of a sudden he's got one guy to beat. Can't beat him, but he almost slipped through that tackle because of his patience as a running back.
I actually believe it was Trey Mitchell on the tackle in the second level. It's 1st and 10 for Madonna after they get out of backed up in their own territory. Past the 20 to the 22-yard line. There's another handoff up the middle. More broken tackles. West Boca struggling to bring down the Lions to the ground. This time it's not as damaging of a gain. Instead, it's a gain of around 5, 2nd and 5.
And that's what wears on you as a defense. If you let guys, a platoon of guys coming in, run the football 5, 6, 7, 8 yards every time, it's going to wear you down. Your defense gets tired, and they're controlling the game and the line of scrimmage.
Trips left, lone receiver right. Now a 2-back setup for Mann's put in motion. It's another carry. Off right tackle, bouncing it outside. It's a first down to move the chains, and a little bit more after that. They'll spot the football at the 34-yard line, and a official's timeout is called for a brief moment. We'll stay right there. It's a water timeout, and that's brought to you by Sports Certified by Vitacost. After the HSS first down, 1st and 10 when we return. Here live on ESPN 106.3 and ESPN Top 63. 6:09 to play in the first quarter. Still no score between West Boca and Chaminade.
Tina, I've been looking everywhere for you.
Hey, Colin, what's up?
How's the gym?
It's been great. I'm seeing results. My Sports Certified Vitacost products have made a world of difference.
Oh, same. Isn't it great? Vitacost is basically the reason I've been able to keep up with Ironman training. Everything you need is in one place for my BCAAs, protein, and electrolytes. Best part, it's all clean and free of banned substances.
Go re-up on your supplements today. Visit Vitacost.com and use code ESPN20 for 20% off. Level up your game with Vitacost.
You're listening to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day, presented by HSS Florida. Choose better, move better, and supported by Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather.
Malik Leonard, quarterback, throws a quick stop right on the bubble screen. Broken tackle and a 6-yard gain on first down for the Lions of Chaminade. Freshman quarterback Malik Leonard has gotten the start in this game. Week 0, you never know how teams are going to approach this. They could get as many guys, as many snaps as possible, but there's one thing you have no doubt about. Both these teams are trying to start off with an exhibition win to begin their seasons, Coach.
They are, but they want to get the rhythm down early in the season because this will carry on, especially if you're on the West Boca side. They've never beaten a national power, so they want this victory, but Chaminade knows what it takes to win these type of games. They're always on television, and they play the top teams in the country every year.
Quick throw beyond the sticks on the curl route. It is caught, and it is a conversion. An HSS first down. Move the football to the 49-yard line, short of midfield. Another quick stop route, another bevel screen, and then a tackle made after a 4 to 5 yard gain, setting up second and medium.
So I'm going to challenge you on the outside. If you can't make that play as a defender, I'm going to keep throwing it until you stop it. That's the game I want to play with you. If we're going to win the game on the outside because I think we're more talented at the receiver spot and you are at defensive back, so we're going to keep playing that game with you all night long. Eventually, you're going to come up and try to get one, make a tackle, and we're going to throw it over the top.
5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Still no score between Chaminade and West Boca. You know, both these teams finished their seasons with a win last year, and not many schools can say that about their 2024 seasons. Chaminade, as you mentioned, Coach, a nationally recognized power, and there was an injury on the field just on the far Chaminade sideline. It looks like an injured Lions player. With the heat like this, what do you have to take to account for on a training side, on a head coaching side? Because I got to imagine these elements are tough to play in early season.
Well, I tell you what, we always told our players you can't get hydrated the day of the game. You got to drink before the game, get hydrated before the game. You run in these conditions every day, so you're a little used to it. Otherwise, like teams coming from the Northeast and New York and areas like that, they're not used to it, but you're a little used to it because of the fact you're in it every day. But you've got to stay hydrated because this is when cramping comes in and a lot of players can get hurt.
Line to gain is the 41. Past midfield, Chaminade has the football at the 45-yard line, and judging, just to speculate a little bit, it looks like a cramp was the injured player for Chaminade. Again, 2nd and 4, line to gain is the 41-yard line past midfield. Lions have the football, Boca on defense, no score, 4:50 to play in this first quarter, and we have our first penalty of the game. It looks like someone on West Boca was a little bit too antsy to get across the line, and that will be 5-yard penalty and a first down for Chaminade.
Again, trying to anticipate the snap. So I'm going to go because I know they run it on 1-1-1. All of a sudden they run it on 2 and you jump offside. They're not talking to you as a defensive lineman. You watch the football. That's what made me really angry as a coach. They're not talking to you. Just watch the ball and make a play.
Handoff up the middle and a big hit and a tackle for loss. West Boca stifles that first down run from the Lions, setting them behind the sticks for 2nd and long.
That's what West Boca brings. We go back to the playoff game here last year against Southridge. That physicality on the defensive side of the ball is what catapulted them to go into the state championship to play Kissimmee Osceola.
Drop back pass on the shotgun snap, but this play is going to be blown dead on some early movement. 3:56 to play in the first quarter, and a false start going to be called against Chaminade Madonna to back them on up. 2nd down and about 15 and a half before this next ball is snapped.
Well, you expect that in the early part of the season, guys trying to listen to the count, anticipate. But the beauty of it is, as long as those penalties are aggressive penalties, you want to minimize them, but you know that they're going to be there. You got to clean that up as the season goes on.
This is an exhibition. It's week 0. But, Coach, what side of the football progresses quicker, the offense or the defense?
Well, 99% of the time, I think it's going to be the defense. But it looks like, Chaminade is on offensively. They're
Deep
making
ball,
plays on the
far
offensive
sideline, contact. Looks like it's caught, and it is. What a play down the far go route on the sideline. Inside that appears the 10-yard line. The catch was made by Brian Junius. To move the chains and then some. It'll be 1st and goal for Chaminade.
When you have athletes all over the field like Chaminade, there is no week 0. Every game is a home run. I'll tell you, I was surprised last year when they lost to Ely 35-34 in week 2. Lost to John Bosco in week 1. Week 2, I was surprised, but nevertheless, they found a way to win 11 in a row and win another state championship.
1st and goal inside the 10-yard line. Empty set. Quarterback brings the slot receiver from the left side in motion. It's a quarterback power. Contact in the backfield, stretching forward, and he'll get close to the goal line. Won't get in. It appears to be 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 2. Chaminade with the football, moving quickly here. Same formation with an empty set. Same man in motion. They run the same exact play. Quarterback power, stretching towards the goal line. Did he make it in? No signal yet. and he did not get in. It'll be 3rd down and goal, and there is a penalty flag in the backfield. We will see if Chaminade will be backed up or a couple inches forward if this is against the defense of West Boca. Illegal shift, illegal motion against Chaminade Madonna, and that will back up the Lions 5 yards to replay their 2nd down.
You get guys, they got to get set for 1 full count, so you start moving too fast before the play is set. The referee's going to call it every time.
Back that football up to the 6.5-yard line. 2nd down. Now, Coach, West Boca did stuff the Lions on that down that didn't count. When you're a coach and you get close to the goal line, what do you value more on defense, yards or downs to play?
Well, you want to try to get off the field at all costs, but the beauty of this is, I'm going to tell you what Chaminade's looking at here. They're thinking, I'm going to get the best player in order to put pressure on this defense.
Quick pass up forward on the man in motion, sneaks inside for a touchdown at the far pylon. That quick, innovative jet sweep where it technically is a forward pass.
Yep.
So if that ball is fumbled, it's an incomplete pass, not a fumble. Chaminade strikes first. It is a touchdown brought to you by Racetrack. 2:09 to play in this first quarter. 6-0. Lions strike first. And here comes their point after team to try to make it 7-0 Chaminade here at West Boca. Awaiting the snap. It's a good one. The hold is fine, but it is blocked. West Boca gets a hand up on the interior defensive line and will keep it at 6-0. Chaminade strikes first on the Racetrack touchdown. 2:09 to play in the first quarter. It is Chaminade 6, West Boca 0. How will the Bulls answer? We'll find out next on the HSS Game of the Week on ESPN 106.3.
Attractive, eye-catching signs help you stand out from the crowd and create a strong brand identity. Our team at Signorama West Palm are experts in helping your business get noticed and get effective signage in front of your potential customers. Our team can turn your blank windows or plain vehicles into money-making branding machines by drawing customers' attention to your business. So if you're looking to leave that lasting impression, call us 561-687-7993 or visit SignoramawPB.com.
You're listening to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day, presented by HSS Florida. Choose better, move better, and supported by Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather.
Chaminade strikes first. It is 6-0. West Boca getting the football back, trailing by 6. As we have 2:09 to play in the first quarter. How will the Bulls answer? Their first drive was a 3-and-out, and this one will be started with a deep kick into the end zone. It will not be returnable. It bounces about a yard from the back end line and roll out of play. We saw Trey Moran start the game at quarterback for the West Boca Bulls. In drive number 2 on offense, will Omari McNeil get any snaps? As Javian Mallory, who was absent for the entire postseason run that West Boca had, and it did not get in the way of their state championship chances. And he has got to be so antsy to get on the field and make an impact here early, as it is Omari McNeil in that quarterback for the West Boca Bulls. 2 receivers left, tight end to the right side, and Mallory in the backfield to the right of McNeil. It's a handoff to Mallory. Mallory drives forward, but he doesn't get too much on 1st and 10. And gains 1 yard on first down. It is 2nd and 9. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification here on ESPN 106.3.
Anna Jar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
2nd down and 9. McNeil in the shotgun, drops the snap, scoops it up, and gets brought down for a big loss on 2nd and 9. It'll be 3rd and a mile. Coach, is there a chance that McNeil's hands are slippery with sweat due to the high heat and the sun being out for pretty much 3/4 of this game?
Well, the good thing about it is, he was able to get on the football, but a lot of times that happens when the second guy comes in, the snap is a little to the right or to the left. He's not used to that center or the situation that he's in, so he's got to make that adjustment. But the thing about it is Chaminade's going to put a lot of pressure on you as an offense because they're going to keep in no huddle and move real fast. the question is, when will West Boca do that? They did it a lot last year in the playoffs. Can get a rhythm going here and get a couple of first downs and try to do the same thing.
3rd and about 19. Line to gain is the 30 as McNeil drops back to pass, steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to tuck in and run, try to make something happen with his feet. McNeil gets brought down at the original line of scrimmage, and punt team will come onto the field for the reigning 6A state champion West Boca Bulls. 4th and 10 as back-to-back 3-and-outs for the West Boca Bulls to begin their Week 0 affair with Chaminade.
Yeah, just like he's seen them as a quarterback, they've seen him as a defense, So you want to try to keep him in the pocket. You know he can run, force him to do something they don't want. Now I'm going to try to take Jalen Mallory away if I'm on the Chaminade side because I want to make them one-dimensional. They've done a good job thus far.
Punt team onto the field for West Boca on 4th and 10. One man back to return for Chaminade as it's a good snap, fine catch, and it's a low line drive kick, fair caught at the 45-yard line. Good field position coming on up for Chaminade after Truman Isaacs Jr. makes the catch and fair catch at the 45. That is the end of the first quarter here on ESPN West Palm High School Game Day, the HSS Game of the Week. It's Chaminade 6, West Boca 0. Make sure you watch live on YouTube at ESPN Top 63 to watch what we're watching here back at the booth. We'll be back in 1 minute here on ESPN 106.3.
To help those who want to be helped but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Summer's heating up. Stay cool under our roof at Lone Depot Park and catch the Marlins making waves with 3 sizzling series. All in 1 week. Cardinals, August 18th through 20th. Blue Jays, 22nd to 24th. And Braves, 25th through 27th. Bring the whole family for Pizza Party Fridays, presented by Cerveceria La Tropical. 4 for $44, presented by Pepsi, and more hot deals. From can't miss matchups to major savings. There's something for everyone. Get your tickets today at marlins.com/tickets.
1-yard gain from R. Jackson on 1st and 10 from the 45 after they switch sides entering the second quarter. Chaminade 6, West Boca 0. Chaminade has the football with a 2nd and 9 now from their own 46-yard line. Line to gain is past midfield to the 45. Madonna had a touchdown on the second drive of the game. Here is drive number 3 for Chaminade's offense. Pistol set, trips left, lone receiver right. It's a play-action pass, rolling to his left, but gobbled up and sacked. Brought down for a loss of 7 yards on 2nd and 9. Looks like the first man there was DeLorean Arrow Jr. on the sack. 3rd down and long as the West Boca defense gets home.
One of those early season mistakes between the running back and the quarterback. The quarterback goes left and the running back goes right. Those are things you'll work out as the season goes on. But West Boca, they're bringing a lot of pressure from their front 4, trying to get in the backfield and disrupt this offense.
Go route near sideline, just a little bit overthrown, incomplete pass. It'll be 4th down and 16. It was looking for Isaac Jr. down the near sideline. If that ball was put in the perfect spot, he might have been off and running, but that was not the case. Again, 4th and long, Chaminade with a 3-and-out. West Boca gets off the field to try to get their offense going here in the second quarter.
They started slow last year, did West Boca in the playoffs. They're kind of trucking along, and then all of a sudden they made things happen. And that's how they play offensively. They play very good on the defensive side of the ball. They're going to make a lot of tackles, but offense, they go slow. They're running through Jalen Mallory. On the other side, Chaminade wants to take him away and force him to throw the football down the field.
Punt team out, snaps good, catch is fine, and the punt is on the far hash. It's returnable at the 21-yard line, trying to cut it all the way across field, but nowhere to go. That time for West Boca Bull, Kyle Andrews. He was on the ESPN Top 63 list, one of 7 different West Boca Bulls, the reigning defending 6A state champions. And Kyle Andrews was ranked number 42 in the area, Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. 10:27 to play in the second quarter. West Boca with the football on their own 20-yard line, trailing Chaminade 6-0 here on ESPN 106.3. And if I recall correctly, Coach, and correct me if I'm wrong, or maybe you don't know like me, I believe it was Benjamin West Boca. We covered their game last year in the Kickoff Classic, and it was the same thing. The offense of West Boca struggled out of the gates. But Mallory's off to the races. 35-40, one man to beat. 50, 45-40, stiff arm. And he gets ushered out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Javian Mallory gets unleashed for the first time in 2025.
That's what I'm talking about. Again, slow offensively. All of a sudden, Mallory bursts out the right side. There's nobody there. He goes down the sideline, one guy to beat. As you mentioned, Cooper had the same situation, couldn't beat the guy. But great tackle on the defensive side for Chaminade Madonna.
Mallory checks out, and you just got to feel really good for the young man who, unfortunately, due to his health, was sidelined for the state championship run his junior year. Back with a vengeance is the Miami commit running back for West Boca. Shotgun with a running back to the right. It's a handoff. Lockhart takes it, following his blocks, but they don't get him anywhere. It's a loss of 1 on 1st and 10, setting up 2nd and 11, ball at the 35-yard line.
But one thing about this defense, if you stutter your feet as a running back, you're not going anywhere. There's too many guys rallying around the football. There's 4 or 5 guys every time the tackle is made, and that's what you want to do. You want to get a running back to hesitate in the hole, don't give him a clear line, and once you do that, you pretty much get guys around the rally to make the tackle.
2nd and 11 for West Boca. Lockhart checks out. Mallory, after one play of a breather, checks back on in. 2 receivers left, tight end to the left. Moran in that quarterback on 2nd and 11. Mallory gets the carry again. This time he nearly breaks a shoestring tackle to get into the 2nd level. He stretched that football forward to the 30-yard line, and it will be 3rd down and 6 for the West Boca Bulls.
Limping a little bit on that play was Mallory. He got his leg caught up in there, but that's what I watched when he did play last year and the year before. He was very patient at the running back position. He set up his blocks. Did a great job at that by giving a guy a leg and taking it away at the last moment. So as a defender, if you don't watch his waist and you watch everything else, he's going to run right by you.
2 receivers right with the tight end. Hard count, movement at the line of scrimmage. And Trey Moran appears to have gotten Chaminade to jump off sides to make a 3rd and 6, a 3rd and 1. As Moran's coming in with the West Boca experience as transferring on in from Blanche Ely was Omari McNeil, who has experience at the varsity level, of course, with Blanche Ely, just not with this core of players in real game action quite yet. Move that football to the 25-yard line. It is now 3rd and 1. Receiver out wide to the right, receiver out wide to the left is Andrews in the shotgun. Handoff. Mallory gets it. Mallory gets a 1st down. And he falls forward past the 20-yard line into the red zone. 1st and 10, West Boca. The 1st down brought to you by HSS.
That's what I'm talking about with Jalen Mallory. You saw he had a defender in the hole. He thought he had something, but he's reaching for air because, again, he's so quick. His first step is so quick. He's going to give you the leg, take it away, and that's what good running backs do. Even when there's nothing there, they can make a guy miss in the hole.
Ball at the plus 19-yard line. 1st and 10 for West Boca, 8:15 to play here in the 2nd quarter. Moran in the shotgun takes a snap, hands it off up the middle, trying to bounce it outside after the inside collapses, and not much going there on 1st down. It'll be a gain of 1. 2nd and 9. That time the carry went to West Boca Bulls Quentin Miller Jr. The junior stands at 5'9", 170, one of the smaller options in the backfield for West Boca, as Javian Mallory checks back on in. And before Javian Mallory broke off that big run I was leading with, Benjamin actually controlling the first half of their Week 0 matchup in 2024, and then Javian Mallory showed up and really took over in the 3rd and 4th quarter to win that game for West Boca. Who would have thought that we were looking at the 6A state champion in that moment? Similarly slow start offensively for West Boca here in this 2025 Week 0 matchup. Play action pass. Moran, pocket collapses, rolls to his left, fires, end zone, too wide, incomplete. Not too much space on that near sideline, trying to connect with Caleb Hermain. And Hermain retrieves the football, tosses it back on in. 7 minutes to play in this first half. It'll be 3rd and 9 for West Boca. Chaminade on defense leads 6-0 over West Boca as the Bulls try to convert on this red zone drive.
And that's the thing about this offense. If they can improve in any area, that's it. Being able to, they know they can run the football. The question is, can they throw the ball down the field when you're expecting them to do it? Yes, they can do play action, but when you expect them to do it, can they make those passes?
Moran, quarterback keeper, drives forward, gains a couple, but not nearly enough, and it'll make a 4th down and about 7. Gain of a couple, and we'll see what West Boca decides to do here. It appears their field goal team will jog on out. 6:31 to play in this first half. A field goal good here would cut the deficit in half for West Boca, as attempting to boot this one through is junior Tristan Lamb.
We got 11.
This will be a 34-yard attempt, lining up on the left hash. Snap, hold, Lamb's kick is up. It's got the distance. Is it good? You betcha. It's 6-3. West Boca gets on the scoreboard for the first time in 2025. Halfway through the second quarter, it's Chaminade 6, West Boca 3.
Yeah, good offensive series there for West Boca, getting points out of that drive. You want to end with a touchdown, but if you can come out of that with any points, that's a plus because, again, Chaminade's going to play great defense all night long. You don't want to make the mistakes. When they make a mistake, you got to capitalize. But as I mentioned earlier, they've got to find a way offensively to capitalize on those passes down the field when they have an opportunity to do so.
And how big of a morale booster is it to have someone reliable kicking the football on special teams? Because it's hard enough driving the football against a nationwide power like Chaminade Madonna. And more often than not, you're not going to find pay dirt. You're not going to push that football into the end zone. But to have something for your efforts, it's got to feel good for West Boca Bulls sideline.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Again, you got to get points at any cost, because if you keep going down and not getting anything out of that drive, now the confidence begins to dwindle. I don't care how many state championships you won. You want to see some positive results on the other end. But this team by Dylan Potts is built that way. They're built with patience. Jalen Mallory knows every play is not going to be a home run. They've just got to wait until that moment comes. And when it does come, you better take advantage of it.
Yes, and this is, as we alluded to pregame, and we'll continue to remind you throughout the year, high school coverage on ESPN West Palm. After winning a state championship last year, West Boca is setting their sights on national notoriety. And that begins with knocking off a top dog in the state of Florida who has national notoriety. I don't care what class they're in. You know the name, Chaminade Madonna.
Yes, sir.
And West Boca will boot this one away from their own 40 to try to get their defense back onto the field and force another 3 and out. Kicked away from midfield, and it's a good one, but returnable from the goal line, and Chaminade will actually surrender themselves, and it'll be a fair catch as the Lions will start on the 20-yard line.
Well, you mentioned something that I like, because, again, if you can come and somehow win this game, I don't care if you win it 9-6. If you're Chaminade, you get your name in the conversation, because that's all you want. You want to be able to be in that situation where you got a chance to win the game in the fourth quarter. That's the type of football they play. They're not always going to score 40 points a game, but they want to be there when it's all said and done.
1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for Chaminade. West Boca back on defense. Again, they forced 3 and out last time they were on the field halfway through this second quarter. Again, it's 6-3. Chaminade leads by a field goal. Trips left, lone receiver right. It's a handoff up the middle. Cooper makes one man miss and then falls forward past the 25 to around the 27-yard line. A gain of 7 on 1st and 10. 2nd and 3 setting up.
I think Cooper made 700 moves in that little small spot right there, but that's what great running backs do. You're not going to hit him. You're not going to get a great shot on him. He's going to give you a little bit, make you feel the pain when he's coming at you.
Handoff after that back was put in motion up the middle, second level, and brought down past the 40-yard line. It's an HSS first down. The carry that time was made by Elijah Hardy, as that senior athlete breaks into the second level and will set up Chaminade at the 43-yard line on their own half of the field. 1st and 10, line to gain is past midfield to the 47. Shotgun snap, quick pass on the out route. Caught past midfield and brought out of bounds across the 50. The catch that time was made by Jason Lopez. We mentioned before, pretty much arguably the number 1 target as Lopez joins for his senior year. Last year had 17 touchdowns, average almost 90 yards per game through the air.
Did you see the timing on that, though? The ball was already out of there before he ever came out of the break.
Same target, same route, arguably same play, different results. This time it's a first down, same yardage gained, and will move the chains for an HSS first down for Chaminade. 1st and 10, past midfield to the 44-yard line. Line to gain is the West Boca 34.
And that's just timing between quarterback and receiver. That lets you know these guys have been doing work on the outside when you have that kind of timing.
Cooper up the middle, spin move, 2 broken tackles, and gets tackled by the third guy inside the 20-yard line. Eventually making the touchdown save and tackle was strong safety Lorian Errol. But Cooper is showing why he is so highly touted coming into 2025.
Yeah, he's a beast at running back. Again, making this defense a little soft. Remember, early on, they were throwing the ball out to the edges. Now the safeties have to pay attention. Now they're running up the middle.
First and 10, let the quarterback fire to the end zone. Contact, flag, incomplete pass, but this looks to be defensive pass interference. A lot of contact over there.
Yes, sir. Again, hey, I'd take that. If I'm a coach, I'm not going to give you a touchdown, but if I can live to see another day, I'll take that. But I need to get in position to make the play if I can, but don't let them get behind you.
And it is defensive pass interference. Moving the football inside of the 10-yard line, spotted at the 9. The chains are dropped. It is first and goal from the 9. Trips left, lone receiver right is Lopez, all by his lonesome. 2-back set after a man's brought in motion from the left side, Trips. And now they will reset things up. 4:46 to play in this first half. 6-3, Chaminade on top. In the backfield is Arwin Jackson to the right of quarterback Malik Leonard. Leonard motions his left slot receiver into the backfield, and he gets the football. Stiff arm on the right side, brought down in the backfield for a tackle for loss. Nice play made in the backfield that time by Demetrius Geathers. And Geathers is another one of those West Boca Bulls who's on the ESPN West Palm top 63. He's committed to University of South Florida. He came in at number 34 among seniors in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. Back him on up to the 13-yard line. It's second and goal. Left slot brought in motion once again. 2-back set. Twin receivers on the right side. Play action pass as Leonard rolls to his right. Fires. End zone. Contact. And it is going to be pass interference. A little bit too early that time was Errol Jr. as the junior strong safety kind of got turned around and didn't see that ball thrown.
Yeah, you got to know where you are on the field because you were right in position. If you just look back, the ball's right there. You may either knock it down or get an interception, but he tried to attack the receiver, and that's what the officials called.
So that will be a fresh set of downs. Move the football to the 6-yard line as Chaminade Madonna tries to find the end zone for the second time this evening. They had a touchdown and a blocked point after. Slam round to the end zone. It's a touchdown. Uncovered. Chaminade finds the end zone once again for 6. It's a touchdown brought to you by Racetrack, and the Lions find the end zone again to make it 12-3.
Yeah, they put a lot of pressure on you as a defense because you get one guy going out to the flat, another guy slanting across the middle, and a second slant. Well, you're not going to cover the second one because you don't see it. You've been picked by the first 2 guys. Actually a rub, and they don't want to call it a pick, but nevertheless, you get a guy wide open coming across the middle because a defender is not there.
It's almost like you want your presence to impede the defense. Letter of the law, your contact can impede the defense. There's the difference between a pick play and a rub play offensively if you get into semantics. Going for 2 is Chaminade to try to make it a 14-3 lead. Direct snap, direct carry out the backfield, the right side, and brought down in the backfield. Nice tackle made to deny the try. Cornerback Larry Morgan lowers his pad level to make the tackle and deny the try. Back in 30 seconds here on ESPN 106.3 and ESPN Top 63 on YouTube. It's Chaminade 12, West Boca 3 with 3:51 to play in the first half on ESPN 106.3.
Does your business leave a lasting impression? Attractive, eye-catching signs help you stand out from the crowd and create a strong brand identity. Our team at Signorama West Palm are experts in helping your business get noticed and get effective signage in front of your potential customers. Our team can turn your blank windows or plain vehicles into money-making branding machines by drawing customers' attention to your business. So if you're looking to leave that lasting impression, call us 561-687-7993 or visit signoramawpb.com.
You're listening to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day, presented by HSS Florida. Choose better, move better, and supported by Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather.
quite a couple of minutes before the sun begins to set as the sun peeks behind the cloud, behind the far sideline. If you're watching on ESPN Top 63 on YouTube, on social media, Twitter, and on Facebook, offside's going to be called against, or false start, against the line, is Chaminade on their kick off after scoring that touchdown. They'll be backed up 5 yards and re-kick that ball away, which will allow, that matters a lot because you see a big boot that Chaminade has had, and they've got 2 touchbacks in this game already. 5 more yards matters. That allows a little more space, a little more opportunity for West Boca to possibly return this kick. Instead of kicking off from the 40, they'll be kicking off from their own 35. But with 3:51 to play in the first half, it's Chaminade 12, West Boca 3. Here at West Boca High School. West Boca is wearing the all dark gray uniforms, gold helmets, Chaminade white bottoms, red tops, white helmets. 2 men back to return this kick from the Lions as West Boca tries to run their 4-minute offense and get into the locker room without giving the football back to Chaminade with some points on the board. And, I got to hold my tongue. An absolute booming kick into the end zone from Noah Saidan as he bombed that one 5 yards deep despite starting at his own 35. And that can be a real killer.
Yeah.
Because you just are not able to get your athletes in space if you're going touchback after touchback.
Yeah, that's true. But the thing about it is that's an asset for your football team. If you got a guy like that on the Chaminade side, he can take away that phase of the game. He's going to kick extra points, field goals, and do all the things that he does. But that's kicking it back in the end zone, like you said, it takes away an opportunity for the offense.
So West Boca on their own 20-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Bulls, who are trying to find pay dirt for the first time this evening. They've got a field goal to show for it so far after a red zone possession. It's a handoff. Mallory bouncing off the left side, 20, 25, 30. And he gets ushered out of bounds at the 35-yard line. A 15-yard gain for an HSS first down for West Boca. But there is a flag in the backfield very late. And it'll be a hold called against the West Boca Bulls. Sometimes when you see a defense get sucked up inside, that's usually why. I don't know if the flag was thrown late or I saw it late.
I threw it from up here because it was so late. I'll tell you, I didn't see that one at all. But at the end of the day, listen, you see a soft corner like that, 9 times out of 10, you got to hold out there.
Yeah.
What you got to do as an offensive player is when a guy tries to come off and make a play, you got to redirect your hands and not hold him inside and keep holding on the cloth.
And, Coach, for the audience, soft corner, describe what that means.
So when you're looking at a soft corner, you're saying, listen, there's nobody there. Well, the way these teams play defense, somebody's got to be there because they know to stay, wide as the widest man. They're not going to let anybody get outside. So there's probably something funny going on there.
1st and 20, back up West Boca to their own 10-yard line. It's another handoff, same style play, this time up the middle, cutting up field is Lockhart. And J. Lock gets down to the 17-yard line. Solid gain on 1st and long to set up 2nd down and 13.
This is what I was talking about earlier with that rhythm. You look on the other side of Chaminade, they're able to come up to the line, audible, make the play call, and go. If you're West Boca, you've got to be able to put that arsenal in your offense at some point in order to give yourself a chance in games that you may be behind.
Ball officially started at that 17. The shotgun, McNeely takes a snap. Pitch to the left side on the short side of the field. Not really any space there for the dynamic running back Javian Mallory to get upfield. He only gains about 1 yard or 2. And yes, it will be a 2-yard gain. 3rd down and 12 on that pitch to the short side.
Yeah, and I'm not a big fan of that because there's nowhere to run. You see Mallory, he's giving the hand gestures. I don't know if he's saying pitch it to the outside where there's a wide field I can run or somebody missed a block. But nevertheless, you're not giving them a lot of options. This defense is not going to miss a lot of tackles. They're going to be rallying around the football, 4 or 5 guys, and they're going to be in position. So you got to get a hat on a hat.
Amari McNeil's first real game snaps with West Boca are this evening. He's in the shotgun with 2 receivers to the right, drops back to pass on 3rd and long. Fires it down the far sideline. It's going to be caught for a big gain. Move the chains. HSS first down across midfield.
Yeah, it was a floater. It got there, but it was a floater. Had he thrown it out further, it probably would have been a touchdown. But nevertheless, you get a first down on that. You got to keep the chains moving. Now you got to get a little rhythm on the offensive side and keep going and you try to get 6 on the other end.
Ball officially spotted past midfield to the 48. 1st and 10, West Boca, as McNeil unleashes the cannon to Clancy down the far sideline. A massive gain on third down where you really got to have it. 2:10 to play in the first half. 12-3. Chaminade has the lead. West Boca has the ball. It's a run up the middle. Mallory breaks one tackle, spin move, and gets close to the first down. We'll see. It's an HSS first down. Move the chains for the Bulls inside. Now around 2 minutes to play in this first half as West Boca is looking to find their first touchdown of the game. Spot that football at the 38-yard line. 10-yard gain. Again, quarterback is Omari McNeil. He beat Chaminade on a different team last year. Blanche Ely, as rolling to his left is McNeil. Steps up, fires it to the end zone. Nobody's there. Is there contact? And the interception was in the breadbasket, but dropped by Chaminade. That was easier than some of the punts and kicks that we've seen this evening, but for some reason or another was not converted into a turnover. West Boca just gets a second life on this drive.
They do, and again, what happened on that play, that's what Coach called. It's worked all week, so he just threw it out there. You've got to look and see where that safety is, and there's got to be something to draw him, to keep him in the middle of the field. There was nobody there to hold him, so he went right to the ball. He just dropped the football. That's why he plays defensive back, though, right?
Yeah, any lobbying for both sides of the football play might get halted for a couple of weeks there. Here is a 2nd down and 10 from the 38-yard line. West Boca with the ball trailing by 9, and it's a quarterback keeper. McNeil rolling, and it gets ripped down to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 3rd down and 7. Depending on what happens here for West Boca, it could be 4-down territory for the Bulls. That clock is trickling under a minute 10 when this ball is going to be snapped as McNeil delivers the play call from the sideline to his West Boca offense. 3rd down and 7 for the Bulls. Clock trickling now under 60 seconds to go in the half. 2 receivers right. Tailback to the right of McNeil. Tight end put in motion. It's a pass. Quick screen play. Caught at the 35. Second level. HSS first down. Move the chains. And the clock will stop for the time being. Spot the football at the 25. HSS first down. Clock stops with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
That's a good play call. Get the ball outside, being able to catch the ball and run after the catch. But again, you got to get back to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Clock rolls. 35 seconds now to go in this first half. McNeil takes the snap. Hands it off. Mallory dragging tacklers with him. He won't get the line to gain, but he'll get a substantial gain. Maybe an 8-yard gain, and timeout's going to be called with 23 seconds to go in this first half. And that is going to be a timeout brought to you by Sports Certified, powered by Vitacost. We'll take a break. It'll be 2nd and 1.5 when we return here live on the HSS Game of the Week High School Game Day on ESPN 106.3.
Or executive in the exciting industry of sports, Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
Back here live at West Boca High School, 23 seconds to play in the first half. West Boca has the football. They're in the red zone. The ball is at the 17-yard line. Line to gain is the 15. It's 2nd and around 2 yards. 23 seconds to go in this half. You probably got to nurse this clock and really take care of the football and be mindful. You got to get away here with something, if not a touchdown.
Yeah, you want to get a touchdown here, but if nothing else, you get a field goal. You mentioned it.
McNeely in the shotgun puts the tight end in motion on the left side. Drops back to pass. Pressure. Rolling left. Pressure. Rolling right now. Stays on his feet. Fires. Corner of the end zone. It's going to be caught. No, it's incomplete. Deflected at the pylon. Trying to walk that tightrope was intended receiver Billy Clancy. A lot of time came off that clock on just one play. Going from 23 seconds when that ball was snapped down to 11 seconds. Of course, the clock stops with an incomplete pass.
And you got to understand that at the quarterback position, time is running, so you don't have time to dance around. If you don't have a guy open, throw it where only your guy can catch it, or You got to get it to the ground to kill the clock. So they've got 2 timeouts. They're still good. Just can't waste a lot of time on these next 2 plays.
3rd down and 1. Ball's at around the 16-yard line to gain the 15, but it really doesn't matter too much. It matters how much time's on this clock, because if you run the same exact play, the same exact result, you're here with no points. You go to the locker room feeling a little bit dissatisfied, and there will be another timeout. Brought to you by Sports Certified, powered by Vitacost. Here on ESPN 106.3, again, 12-3 is your score. Chaminade leading over West Boca. West Boca has the football at the 16-yard line. Line to gain is the 15 in the red zone, and there are 11 seconds to play in this first half. Chaminade has their 12 points on 2 separate touchdowns. 1 extra point was blocked, and their 2-point try was denied to keep the score at 12-3. And a 34-yard field goal was good by Lamb and that kick team by West Boca. So they're certainly within field goal range. It's a matter of West Boca trying to get a little bit more than that.
Yeah, this will tell me if they've grown up or not. Where are you as an offense? Because they can kick field goals. We know that. Can you score touchdowns? Can you find a way not just to get your best football play, but to get your best player? What matchup can I expose on this defense, a one-on-one matchup? Where's the weakness in it? I've done film study. The question is, where am I going to find that weakness?
In the shotgun, McNeil brings his man in motion from the left side. It's a fumbled snap. It's going to be picked up by Chaminade. Disaster strikes for the Bulls offense. Miscommunication between center and quarterback. And those are those growing pains. Your first year with a varsity offense, a particular varsity offense, and it hurts West Boca in a critical spot there. A miscommunication, fumbled snap. Chaminade cashes in and gets the turnover. Lions take over with 9 seconds to go in the first half.
And that's that cadence. Usually it's a guy they're not used to hearing his voice. The inflection comes. They think he's saying, "Hut." He might say, "Hey." Whatever he gives them, they're not used to it. He snaps the football. He snaps it low. He's not ready. Now they lose an opportunity to score points on that drive.
Chaminade takes a knee on the football and will bring this one to half. Halfway through it here on ESPN 106.3, ESPN Top 63 on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook on ESPN West Palm. It's 12-3. Chaminade on top over West Boca. We will take a break, and when we return, it'll be the halftime report brought to you by Safebound Moving and Storage. Be back on ESPN 106.3.
This is ESPN 106.3's Mike Rizzo, and recently I had the pleasure of speaking with Dr. Curtis J. Keppert. Dr. Keppert is an orthopedic surgeon who specializes with injuries in the shoulder, elbow, and knee. And Dr. Keppert loves getting an athlete back to 100% and where they need to be.
Just their desire to get back to, the thing that they love to do, and taking them through a low point when somebody gets an injury, and when it is, especially when it's a surgical problem, they know maybe an ACL, they're going to be dealing with this for a year before they can get back, and just taking them through that low point, fixing the problem, and then guiding them through that recovery, and then you see them back out there playing, and it's the best feeling ever.
That's Dr. Curtis J. Keppert with the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group. For physician referral, call 866-654-2362 or go online to pbhnphysiciangroup.com.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in, we begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time. and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or BradleyAir.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Okay, pause. Literally stop your morning and pay attention because breakfast at McDonald's is popping off with deals. Right now, get a sausage McMuffin with egg for only $3. Or, brace yourself, grab a full breakfast combo in the app for just $5.49. That's hash browns, a drink, the whole delicious situation. So slide through the drive-thru, fuel up for the day, and get with it. McDonald's breakfast. It's fast, it's tasty, it's happening. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Back to school got you tight on cash? McDonald's under $4 McValue menu comes through. Pick from your favorites like a rich caramel frappe or chocolatey mocha frappe. All small frappes are just $3.50. Or grab the iconic snack wrap for just $2.99. That's right, the snack wraps you love are back. Can we take a moment to celebrate the McDonald's under $4 McValue menu? There's something for every appetite, every vibe, and every kind of day. Mickey D's comes through. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Experience the power and prestige of the new 2025 Range Rover Sport P530 Dynamic SE. Now available for lease at just $15.29 a month for 36 months. With $89.95 due at signing, you'll be behind the wheel of true luxury and performance. But hurry, offers like this don't last forever. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and drive the future of sophistication. Land Rover, above and beyond.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free Millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MVA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
The weather is heating up and summer is here. Stay cool with EDS Air Conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can take advantage of 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong in sports, not in your home. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS is the name you can trust since 2006. Visit EDSIsYes.com today. Game day comfort starts now. Don't sweat the small stuff.
The pink smoke is taking over South Florida. Listen to Lionel Messi, Luis Suarez, Sergio Busquets, and Jordi Alba and Inter Miami in their pursuit of an MLS Cup all season long right here on ESPN 106.3.
Messi, left foot, in on Guzan, tipped it up and over, it's a goal! Lionel Messi is on the board!
Listen to it all on the ESPN South Florida app, brought to you by PNC Bank, Audi, and Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath.
Serving clients for over 30 years, Team IP has been the #1 souvenir merchandiser in the U.S., proudly powering over 2,800 events and 24 college football bowl games every year, including ESPN, ESPN events, and the Boca Raton Bowl right here in South Florida. From custom apparel to branded promo gear, we bring your event to life. Want to boost your brand? Visit teamip.com and make Team IP your team today. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike, and if you love football, you're in the right place. Tomorrow, the 2025 season of High School Game Day is coming to your city. ESPN West Palm is on campus for Palm Beach Central at Atlantic, live from Delray Beach at 6 here on ESPN 106.3.
Tina, I've been looking everywhere for you.
Hey, Colin, what's up?
How's the gym?
It's been great. I'm seeing results. My sports-certified Vitacost products have made a world of difference.
Oh, same. Isn't it great? Vitacost is basically the reason I've been able to keep up with Ironman training. Everything you need is in one place for my BCAAs, protein, and electrolytes. Best part, it's all clean and free of banned substances.
Go re-up on your supplements today. Visit Vitacost.com and use code ESPN20 for 20% off. Level up your game with Vitacost.
Summer's heating up. Stay cool under our roof at Lone Depot Park and catch the Marlins making waves with 3 sizzling series. All in 1 week. Cardinals August 18th through 20th. Blue Jays 22nd to 24th. And Braves 25th through 27th. Bring the whole family for Pizza Party Fridays. Presented by Cerveceria La Tropical. 4 for $44. Presented by Pepsi. And more hot deals. From can't miss matchups to major savings. There's something for everyone. Get your tickets today at marlins.com/tickets.
ESPN West Palm is on the move. Brought to you by Safebound Moving and Storage, the most trusted moving company in Florida. You're safe with Safebound. You're listening to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day, presented by HSS Florida. Choose better, move better, and supported by Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather.
Yeah, we're back here live on ESPN 106.3 with High School Game Day. Here's a friendly reminder that you can actually watch the high school broadcast on YouTube. Yes, at ESPN Top 63 on YouTube. We have the complete broadcast of this game. We're sending out highlights on Twitter at ESPN Top 63. And if maybe you, for some reason, don't have the YouTube app, we're streaming it on Twitter and on Facebook as well. ESPN West Palm on Facebook and on Twitter at both ESPN West Palm and at ESPN Top 63. We have arrived to the Safebound Moving and Storage halftime report. And, Coach, how do you summarize what we saw go down in the first 24 minutes of play that has resulted in Chaminade Madonna 12, West Boca at home 3?
Well, you asked a question early in the broadcast. You said, who starts faster, offense or defense? And I always know it's always the defense. Defense is already ready. They don't have much. They're just keying on the ball. They're going. Offense is about timing. Chaminade, you saw on their side, they've thrown a couple of outs. Those are hard to throw as a quarterback, so the timing has to be there. They've done a really good job with that. The question on the other side, can West Boca make that adjustment that we've been waiting on as an offense? Well, Jaden Mallory can run. Everybody knows that. Everybody in the country knows that. The question is, how good are you down in the red zone when you don't have that big, tall receiver? Can you get that one-on-one matchup? And so I think that's been the key to the first half. On the other side, Chaminade's capitalized when they had a chance to score. West Boca left an opportunity right there. They had a chance to get within 6 points there. If nothing else but a field goal, they botched that on that play.
Yeah, it's tough. It really should have been 3 automatic points there. With 11 seconds to go, West Boca had the football in the red zone with a 3rd down and 1.5. They had a timeout remaining, and a fumbled snap just turned over their chances at getting any points before the half. And they really ran their 4-minute offense to perfection until that very moment. And it was transfer in quarterback Omari McNeil with a miscommunication with his center on that, the only turnover from either side in this game, with that low snap off the shin, resulting in no points at the end of the half. Offensively for Chaminade Madonna, we saw a couple of times Derek Cooper get loose in the second level. One long run on the second drive of the game, and then a couple of times where he would make 2 guys miss in terms of either speed, evasiveness, or simply break their tackle and get to the second level. Mallory has gotten free once, maybe one other first down carry brought to you by HSS. Other than that, but here at the Safebound Moving and Storage halftime report, we have not seen the potential reached for the number 1 on the ESPN Top 63 list. Javian Mallory reached here in Week 0 action yet.
Yeah, they've kept him in check, and simply because they being Chaminade knew coming in, they had to stop him. They're going to take that element away from the Bulls, and if I can take that element away now, you've got to prove to me that you can throw the football down the field. And that's what good coaches do. They're going to take that one thing away from you like to do. They're going to force you to be what you don't want to be. That's the growth that West Boca is going to have to show this year if they want to go back and repeat as state champions. Can we grow when the times are tough? Everybody knows that we got to throw the football. Can we throw it down the field and complete the ball?
Last time West Boca was playing in this building against someone that isn't themselves in a scrimmage or a practice, it was the 6A state semifinal against Southridge, and that one proved to be an instant classic that went down to the wire to the final second. One of the most exhilarating final 15 seconds of a football game you can imagine. Are we going to see that happen again? Two very strong opponents squaring off under the Thursday night lights, West Boca versus Chaminade Madonna. When we return, second half action here on ESPN 106.3. It is the HSS Game of the Week presented by Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather. It is 12-3. Visiting team, Chaminade Madonna, with the lead over the home team, West Boca State Champion v. State Champion. Again, West Boca trails by 9. We'll be back here on the Safebound Moving and Storage Halftime Report.
This is ESPN 106.3's Mike Rizzo, and recently I had the pleasure of speaking with Dr. Curtis J. Keppert. Dr. Keppert is an orthopedic surgeon who specializes with injuries in the shoulder, elbow, and knee. And Dr. Keppert loves getting an athlete back to 100% and where they need to be.
Just their desire to get back to, the thing that they love to do, and taking them through a low point when somebody gets an injury, and when it is, especially when it's a surgical problem, they know maybe an ACL, they're going to be dealing with this for a year before they can get back, and just taking them through that low point, fixing the problem, and then guiding them through that recovery, and then you see them back out there playing, and it's the best feeling ever.
That's Dr. Curtis J. Keppert with the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group. For physician referral, call 866-654-2362 or go online to pbhnphysiciangroup.com.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Okay, pause. Literally stop your morning and pay attention because breakfast at McDonald's is popping off with deals. Right now, get a sausage McMuffin with egg for only $3. Or, brace yourself, grab a full breakfast combo in the app for just $5.49. That's hash browns, a drink, the whole delicious situation. So slide through the drive-thru, fuel up for the day, and get with it. McDonald's breakfast. It's fast, it's tasty, it's happening. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Back to school got you tight on cash? McDonald's under $4 McValue menu comes through. Pick from your favorites like a rich caramel frappe or chocolatey mocha frappe. All small frappes are just $3.50. Or grab the iconic snack wrap for just $2.99. That's right, the snack wraps you love are back. Can we take a moment to celebrate the McDonald's under $4 McValue menu? There's something for every appetite, every vibe, and every kind of day. Mickey D's comes through. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Need assistance with door and window projects? The Home Depot can help. From inspiration and materials to ordering and installation, our free millwork virtual apron service can get you moving and doing. Plus, we speak Spanish too. Our associates can help you tackle complex jobs without you leaving the job site, saving you time and money. Call us at 1-833-HD-APRON or visit homedepot.com/MBA. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike, and if you love football, you're in the right place. Tomorrow, the 2025 season of High School Game Day is coming to your city. ESPN West Palm is on campus for Palm Beach Central at Atlantic, live from Delray Beach at 6 here on ESPN 106.3.
ESPN West Palm is on the move. Brought to you by Safebound Moving and Storage, the most trusted moving company in Florida. You're safe with Safebound. You're listening to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day, presented by HSS Florida. Choose better, move better, and supported by Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather.
Back here live from West Boca Community High School, it is the Safebound Moving and Storage halftime report. I am Christian Cat on the call alongside the coach Jimmy Bell for Week 0 action here, brought to you by ESPN's High School Game Day, presented by HSS and supported by Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather. It is Week 0, so we're giving you a double dose of Friday Night Light action. As a matter of fact, we're giving you tonight under the Thursday Night Lights, and tomorrow we will be on the road at Atlantic as the Eagles play host to Palm Beach Central. We spoke with head coach Kevin Thompson from the Broncos, and he was talking about how they've been preparing for that game, even though it's an exhibition since the final triple zeros in the clock of last season. They've been thinking about this Atlantic game for a while now, and they consider them, Palm Beach Central considers Atlantic their unofficial official rivals, and Thompson really wants to bounce back from back-to-back losses to Atlantic. And then our coverage continues throughout the beginning of games that actually count on your win-loss record. Week 1, we're going to St. Andrews as they take on Kings Academy. Week 2, it is Treasure Coast at Jensen Beach, covered by ESPN West Palm. And in Week 3, Jupiter at Palm Beach Gardens. Those are our planned HSS Games of the Week that will be covered on ESPN 106.3 on your radio dial. We'll also be streaming all of those games on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. If you've got social media or you've got a YouTube account, you can watch our HSS Games of the Week supported by Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather. A couple of minute or so until we get second half action underway here at the Safebound Moving and Storage halftime report. Again, at the half, it is West Boca 12, West Boca 3. Chaminade Madonna has a lead over them, 12-3. What adjustments do you need to see made by Dylan Potts' Bulls sideline in order to pull off a comeback here?
Well, you knew early on if you were Coach Potts, you're going to take some shots. I mean, Chaminade's they're a big hitter. They're going to hit you with some shots. Now the question is, can you come back? Offensively, they got to get a rhythm. They got to put some first downs together, be able to capitalize when they have an opportunity to score on the other end. But they've got to find a way defensively to get in the backfield and disrupt this offense. They've been able to have their way, going late in the first quarter on into the second quarter. As Chaminade, they've been able to run the ball, throw the ball. They got to get them off their rhythm, make them one-dimensional as they can, and find a way to make some plays and get some turnovers. That's the only way they're going to get back in this game.
Yeah, a couple of times we've seen the teeth of that front seven of West Boca. They've shown flashes in that first half defensively, but eventually the talent of Derek Cooper and Arwin Jackson, Denarius Gray got a couple of looks and a couple of touches, and Jason Lopez on those out routes was getting free with some very nifty route running. So the task is pretty heavy for the West Boca defense, but if anyone in the area is up to the task, it is your reigning defending 6A state champion West Boca Bulls, who again had 7 players in the ESPN Top 63 list. Of course, that is the top-ranked seniors across Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. Those 7 players from West Boca, it's the most for a school since Dwyer in 2013. So something very significant happening here in West Boca, as you alluded to earlier in the broadcast, Coach, a very young program relative to most schools in the area.
Right, and they've been able to weather the storm because they took a lot of beatings early on, and they just stuck with it, and now they've found a way to get their rhythm. They got a couple kids out of the Broward County area that have crossed over to the Palm Beach County line, and they found a way to keep these guys together. That's the biggest problem I see right now. High school free agency, where kids are going from one program to the next. Stay there 4 years and see what you can build. That's what I'm waiting to see some of these schools do.
And a booming touchback kick, another big leg shown that time by Noah Saidan. It's a touchback, and that ball landed 4 yards past the back boundary. That ball had no chance to be returned, even if it had Taco Fall standing up at the back of baseline. Oh, West Boca gets the football on offense. They trail 12-3 as we enter third quarter action. And in at quarterback will be Trey Moran, the junior quarterback who was on last year's championship roster of West Boca. Moran will start in the shotgun. He's got Javian Mallory to his right, the Miami commit, and it's a handoff to Mallory. Mallory splits his blockers at the 25-30. It's an HSS first down and a solid gain to start this third quarter. It'll be a gain of 13. Ball spotted at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, feed him early and often. He gets better as the game goes on. He's cramping a little bit right now, it looks like. But nevertheless, if he can come back in, can Jalen Mallory feed him the football, get ways to get him the ball in space. They threw the ball to him early on. That's good. He can catch. A lot of running backs can't, but he can catch the football. He can run it. Just get the ball to him as many times as you can.
1st and 10 for the Bulls offense. Moran in shotgun. Lockhart to his left, the tailback. 2 receivers to the right. Lockhart gets the carry across the line of scrimmage, and he doesn't get much further than that as he gets hung up after a 1-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 9. The ball spotted at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, it's so important for these running backs to be patient from West Boca because the first guy's going to wrap you up. The next guy's going to try to come in and snatch the football out. That's what Chaminade does. They want to create turnovers, get opportunities for their offense. They find a way to get it done. That's why they've won, again, as I mentioned earlier, 7 of the last 8 state championships, 4 in a row have the Lions won.
Ball at the 34, 2nd and 9. Moran in shotgun. He's got 2 receivers to the right. Tight end to the right, tailback to the right's Lockhart. Rolling to his right. Trying to fire. Moran throws it to the sticks. It's going to be caught for an HSS first down. Billy Clancy off the catch. Very good field awareness, knowing to get to the sticks and settle from there to move the chains.
Yes, sir. We talked earlier about Chaminade's awareness and their ability to throw the ball out to the out. That's a difficult throw. That's a long throw for a quarterback. But more importantly, he's on the run, so he's got to put it on the outside shoulder of the receiver, only where his guy can catch it. If he throws it inside, it's a pick six going the other way.
He took the words out of my mouth. You got to trust your quarterback if you're going to draw up those plays and set up those throws. Here's 1st and 10 for West Boca. They have the football at their own 43. It's a handoff up the middle and a short gain on first down past the 45 to the 46-yard line. The carry that time was made by Quentin Miller Jr. Junior tailback. Last year, we saw just a host of running backs from West Boca, and that was with Javian Mallory sidelined.
Yes,
so you got to imagine they're going to want to keep him as fresh as possible and use the depth that West Boca has kept in the Bulls program.
And that's what you got to be impressed with Dylan Potts. Listen, I don't have my star running back, but I still go on to win a state championship. You got to be impressed with that. I don't care how you slice it, because a lot of times guys get their focus off when their main guy is out. They didn't. They went on to win the state. They try to do more of the same this year.
2nd and about 6. Pass outside to Clancy. Stutter step, trying to cut upside across the 45-yard line. And the ball's fumbled, and it's going the other way. Chaminade Madonna's going to return it. 15, 10, 5, end zone touchdown. A strip and return for 6 to Morris Campbell, playing hot potato on his way to the end zone, and Chaminade cashes in on disaster from West Boca.
That's what I just talked about. Again, the first guy coming in, wrapping up, second guy's going to pull the football out. That's why you got to be patient and hold on to the football. You can try to make a play, but a lot of times it ends in disaster because you're not paying attention to that second guy that's coming in.
And you know those running backs are kind of used to that. They're always getting heavy contact when the play's drawn up for them. Receivers, not really. You know, oftentimes those cornerbacks are just going for the ankle tackles, just trying to get you down. And Clancy was kind of put in a tough spot there, and he definitely suffered the consequences. Here's the point after. It's 18-3 before the kick. Snap, hold, kick is blocked again. West Boca blocks the point after, and it is 18-3. Still just a 2-touchdown game, as Chaminade leads 18-3 with 9:34 to play in the third quarter. 2 turnovers from West Boca on back-to-back possessions. They had a chance to get points before the end of the first half, but a miscommunication and a fumbled snap by new quarterback McNeil resulted in no points there. And West Boca was moving the football more consistently than they have all night on that drive, but a strip and return for a touchdown for Chaminade really halts all wind in the sails of the West Boca offense.
Well, that's the thing about it. You can't really blame Clancy for trying to make a play there, but you got to also understand the game. This game is getting away from you if you continue to make turnovers and you can't keep your offense on the field. It's doing two things to you. It's wearing your defense down, and now it's starting to dwindle your confidence as an offense. So you got to find a way, if you're Dylan Potts, to get your guys mentally back into this game because it's a tough team they're facing on the other side.
Won't back down blares through the speakers. We'll see if the West Boca Bulls can echo that sentiment as Chaminade Madonna will boot this one away after that fumble return for a touchdown, brought to you by Racetrack. The drive summary, well, it was one turnover returned. Nearly half the field for 6. About a 40, 45-yard fumble return for a touchdown as this one is kicked deep and out the back of the end zone, unreturnable by the West Boca special teams unit. Again, 9:34 to play in this third quarter. Chaminade on the road took the drive up from Hollywood up the Turnpike, leading over West Boca, the defending 6A state champions, 18-3. Reminder, you can watch this game live on YouTube at ESPN Top 63. At ESPN Top 63. If you just Google ESPN West Palm on YouTube, you'll find it somehow, some way. At ESPN Top 63 to watch this game live on YouTube. You do not want to miss the conclusion of this one with 9:34 to play in the third quarter. West Boca getting the football back. They got to shake it off quick and have a goldfish memory and continue the positive momentum that they had before that disastrous fumble return for a touchdown. New quarterback back in the game is Omari McNeil. Takes a snap. It's a reverse. Andrews has the football at the 10, 15, 20, back to the line of scrimmage, and gets brought down for a gain of 1. And there is going to be a penalty on this play. It appears to be in the offensive backfield, Coach.
Yeah, blocking the back. Again, try to get a reverse going there, did the Bulls. And a lot of times the receiver doesn't realize you can't block behind you. You know, got to be in position. Just stand there. Just make a wall. The officials are going to call that 99% of the time when you block back on the guy.
It's going to back them on up after that block in the back. Move the football to the 10-yard line. Second time this evening that we have seen West Boca start the football on their own 20 with an offensive penalty to back them up 10 yards to turn 1st and 10 into 1st and 20. 9:24 to play in this third quarter. Again, 18-3, the lead Chaminade over West Boca. Two receivers to the right, split out wide for McNeil. Mallory in the backfield to the left of quarterback McNeil. Takes a snap. It's a handoff to Mallory, who bursts through the center of the offensive line and stretches forward past the 20-yard line. Gets the football to the 21, getting back all of that penalty yardage. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Well, it says a lot about him as a running back. Again, him and his offensive line, you know he's going to run the ball. Can't stop it. Yeah, he's going to get better as the game goes on, but what they're trying to do on the Chaminade side is just keep him from making those long runs. Time is in their favor right now. So he can run 5 or 10 yards. That's fine, as long as we don't let him go to the house. That's what they're trying to stop.
Kind of the freedom you have when you hold a 2-possession lead. You know what? If West Boca drives down the field in 10 minutes here, they still got to do it again.
Yep.
Shotgun snap as McNeil drops back, steps up in the pocket, tucks it. He's going to run it past the line of scrimmage and gets brought down to the 25-yard line. A solid scramble, innovating, improvising. That time was McNeil. It'll be 3rd down and 5 for West Boca.
You got to like it, though. As a quarterback, there's a clock in your head. You better know when guys are coming. So you start to feel it early in the season. As soon as the guys go past you, you got a window of opportunity there. You got to take advantage of it. McNeil did that on that play and helped his offense get in position to try to get a 1st down here.
This is when you test how well conditioned is your team. Are those wind sprints, those laps around the field, going to matter in gameplay? Rolling to his left, the right-handed quarterback McNeil gets hit and dropped in the backfield. It's a sack, a loss of 1, and West Boca will kick this one back to Chaminade as they are unable to move the chains. That 1st and 10 penalty hurts them, and they're unable to move the chains.
And what happens on that play is that you sprint your quarterback out, does two things. It cuts the field in half, not as many reads, but if nothing's there, you got a problem. So that's why he had to hesitate on that. Now the defense gets there, and they get you, like you said, for a 1-yard loss in the backfield.
Kind of making those linebackers and cornerbacks make a decision. You going to pursue the quarterback, or are you going to stay on your coverage? Punt team on the field for West Boca. Good snap, fine catch. They're not rushing him. It's a high punt that will get past midfield and take a good West Boca roll, staying in bounds, giving them an extra 15 or so yards out of the rollout. And Chaminade will get the football back on their own 38-yard line. We will pause 10 seconds for station identification. 7 minutes to play in the third quarter. Chaminade 18, West Boca 3.
Anajar and Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
As the West Boca band fires it up, trying to inspire the Bulls sideline into a heroic comeback here in the second half. 7 minutes to play in this third quarter. Chaminade has the football, leading by 15.
So, Cats, I got a question for you. Who on the West Boca side can make a play? Because defensively, you got to get it going. Offense, you haven't done much. So you got to find a way on the defensive side to make a play, get the football back for your offense.
Eyes are on inside linebacker Max Reed as he queued up, wraps up the running back right at the line of scrimmage. Fighting forward, it'll be a 2-yard gain on 1st and 10, setting up 2nd and 8. Get that football to the 40-yard line. Line to gain is the 48.
The thing about it is Chaminade, they're in a hurry-up offense, but they're really not hurrying up. They're calling it the line of scrimmage as a check with me, so I'm going to go there, call it from the sideline. We got the signal we're going to go, and we see what they're doing defensively. But they're not in a hurry. They're still milking the clock. They're just lining up so defensively they can see what you're going to do.
Trips right. Receiver that was on the left slot brought in motion to the right back, and it'll be a handoff to that tailback. Bouncing it outside into the second level, and gets brought down for a 6-yard gain, make it a 7-yard gain, and it should be 3rd down and 1, unless there's a generous spot there. And yes, it will be 2nd down and 1. A good carry that time by Lion running back Arwin Jackson. 3rd down and 1. Trips right, lone receiver left, another handoff. Jackson again. Jackson gets wrapped up in the backfield, but he falls forward enough to move the chains for an HSS 1st down, but a flag comes in by the near official. There might be some unsportsmanlike affairs happening after the play because 2 flags came out from the same official after the play was already blown dead on the tackle. And you know, Coach, you got to be careful if you're either side here because the reality of the situation is this is an exhibition game.
Yes, sir.
You want to challenge either side, and there is going to be unsportsmanlike penalties on both sides that will offset, so no problems there, but the last thing you want is to disqualify yourself and hurt your week 1 action.
That's true. And usually it's not just 1 week. I mean, when the state comes, they're going to give you multiple weeks. I remember the first game I ever coached against 42-year veteran Sam Button. He had coached 42 years in my first game. I got suspended for 6 games. Woo. Now, it was a little excessive, but, you know. So we wrote to the state.
Yes.
They gave me, they came back and heard my side of the story, so they gave me 3 weeks.
Okay.
But that hurt my team.
Yeah.
I was fighting for my kids. I wasn't nothing against Bill Doblo. I'll never forget that official's name. He said I forcefully removed the ball from his hand. So the state said, well, why did you pick up the ball and shove it in his chest? So that's why they took it from 6 to 3. But I learned my lesson. Referees I've never seen a call I like that they made, but they're never going to be wrong. So just go out there, let your kids play hard, and keep playing football.
After they move the chains in the HSS 1st down, Chaminade is at the 49 short of midfield. Fake to the right on the screen. They'll throw it to the left instead, and not much gained on 1st down. They'll spot that football at either the 50 for a 1-yard gain or no gain at the 49, and they will give him 1 yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9 from midfield.
That's a good play on the backside defensively, because if you go up the field or you back up too much, that receiver's going up the middle of the field in that tunnel screen. So they give a fake to the right side, the throw back to the left. The defender on that side, it's kind of hard to see the numbers from this far, but nevertheless, he made a great play there making a tackle.
Trips right, low receiver left. The deep ball on the far sideline, go route, and it is just overthrown by about 10 yards. Incomplete, ambitious toss for the home run ball. Coming up empty. It'll be 3rd down and 9 for the Chaminade offense. 5 minutes, 5 seconds to play here in this third quarter. It's 18-3. Chaminade leads over West Boca. A couple of crucial turnovers from the West Boca offense have allowed Chaminade to stretch their lead out throughout the game. Trips right, lone receiver left for the Chaminade offense, tailback to the left. Shotgun snap, drop him at the pass, fire it across the middle, incomplete. The intended target that time was Elijah Hardy, but it was over his head and incomplete. A couple of West Boca Bulls were kind of converging on that route there, and it nearly was an interception, but Chaminade will punt this one away. Their special teams unit has been a little bit bipolar. You kind of have them struggling on the point after twice. 2 of them have been blocked. But their kick game and their punt game has been pretty strong after their first punt went short. On the field, booting this one away once again will be Noah Saidan. Takes a snap, it's fine. A rush by West Boca won't get home. It's a great spiraling kick, and it'll be dropped. Muffed, he tries to scoop it up, and it is going to be on the ground, picked up by Chaminade Madonna. Just a crucial, detrimental mental mistake that time from West Boca after the muffed punt. Kyle Andrews unable to catch the first time around and decided to try to scoop it up and salvage something out of it when he probably should have just fell on top of it.
Possession is 9/10 of the law. There's no doubt about it. But again, you asked that question early in the broadcast, how to get on that national level. On the Chaminade side, you don't make the mistakes on the West Boca side. You got to find a way to clean that up, because that's where you get your respectability. You come in, you play clean games, play hard, you win some of those, you lose some. But, hey, they're still in it. They're fighting, but they keep hurting themselves. They got to find a way to clean that up.
Chaminade takes over deep into West Boca territory after the 3rd turnover of the night for West Boca. 1st and 10 from the 13. West Boca would love to get a momentum-shifting stop here. Handoff up the middle. Gets past the 10-yard line all the way to the 5. It's a gain of 8 yards. 2nd down. Pardon me, I had the down and distance wrong. Instead it'll be 2nd down and goal from the 6. From the 5.
You know, a lot of pressure put on your defense when you have an offense with so many weapons. And they go to the line of scrimmage, they're checking, they're looking for the best matchup. They find a way to get it done with motion and whatever they have to do.
Handoff up the middle, across the 5-yard line, and not much there as West Boca kind of clogs those inside running lanes. 3rd down and goal from the 4-yard line. Again, correction from the misinformation before. It is 3rd down and goal from the 4-yard line for the Chaminade offense. 2-back set. Twin receivers on the right side, and a timeout is going to be called, brought to you by Sports Certified, powered by Vitacost. 3rd and goal from the 4. Chaminade has the football inside the 5 after the West Boca muff punt. 3:47 to play in this 3rd quarter. 18-3. Chaminade trying to extend their lead here live on ESPN 106.3 and on YouTube at ESPN Top 63.
Does your business leave a lasting impression? Attractive, eye-catching signs help you stand out from the crowd and create a strong brand identity. Our team at Signorama West Palm are experts in helping your business get noticed and get effective signage in front of your potential customers. Our team can turn your blank windows or plain vehicles into money-making branding machines by drawing customers' attention to your business. So if you're looking to leave that lasting impression, call us 561-687-7993 or visit signoramawpb.com.
Out of the timeout, brought to you by Sports Certified, powered by Vitacost. 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line. Chaminade has the football inside of the West Boca 5. 3:47 to go in the 3rd quarter. They lead by 15, Chaminade does, trying to tack on to that here. Pass, end zone on the fader route. It's going to be incomplete. Kind of throwing it to the far back pylon, but some good defense that time on the play by Larry Morgan, the cornerback junior, who kind of established and ushered the receiver towards the sideline where he had no space.
Well, he had his head around, and that's what you do as a defender. You can't watch the receiver. You got to find out where the football is, because had the quarterback thrown it on the back shoulder, it would have been a touchdown. But he was in position right there where he could fight through the receiver to make sure he doesn't catch the football.
Big play here for West Boca on defense. In the game at quarterback is Malik Leonard for Chaminade. Going for it on 4th and goal from the 4. This could be a momentum shifter. Chaminade on offense. 4th and goal from the 4-yard line. Could be a hard count from the Lions. And it will be a timeout called by West Boca to talk things through, especially this early in the season. You're only used to your scout quarterback or even your starting quarterback's cadence. I got to imagine that's got to be a topic of conversation in this West Boca huddle right now. It's watch the ball. Watch the ball. Am I mistaken?
No, you're good. You got to sell out, though, because this is it. This is 4th down. You're either going to stop them or they're going to get another touchdown, and this game will then be academic. But you got to find a way, if you're West Boca, to get off the football field right here. They're not going for a field goal. It doesn't appear at this point. So find a way to get off the field, help your offense. Now, you got to go a long ways back, but nevertheless, if you let them score a touchdown here, this game is pretty much in the books.
3:40 to play in this third quarter. Chaminade with the football. They cashed in on a muff punt by West Boca. Started with the football in the red zone and have advanced it inside the 5. 4th and goal.
Remember this earlier, this stack formation where they ran a double slant. So you got to keep that in mind if you're on the West Boca side. They ran this quick slant earlier, and they threw it to the inside guy for a touchdown.
Empty setup for a man in motion, rolling to his right. Firing, end zone, caught at the goal line. Is he in? He is short, just by an inch. The far line judge jogs in with his left hand up. It was a game of inches, but West Boca just by a toenail gets the stop, and will have to go 99.999 yards trying to get on the scoreboard here in the third quarter.
Now the question is, where was the football? If it was in his left hand, he's coming from the right side. If it's left hand, that's why he was marked down. Had it been in his right hand, it would have been a touchdown. But the bottom line is, as a receiver, you got to know where you are on the field. You got to get in the end zone because it's 4th down. He failed to do so. Great job there by the Bulls of West Boca.
Trey Moran will jog out in command of the West Boca offense here, backed up on their own half-yard line. We saw Chaminade in the same situation on the same side of the field, and they threw on 1st and 10 from their own half-yard line. We'll see what West Boca decides to do. Javian Mallory, Miami commit, in the backfield. It's going to be direct snap. Moran trying to get out of the end zone, and he will. There is a flag on the tackle. It may be in the backfield. For a moment, it looked like those two hands were going to go above the referee's head and call a safety, and it's going to be a face mask called against Chaminade Madonna, and that is a massive break for West Boca to get that football away from their own goal line.
Well, that helps you. Again, you want to get out of the end zone. They tried to run it wide. I mean, that's kind of tough. You want to go north and south if you're going to run that football, but they tried to go wide. Fortunately, they got a 15-yarder on that, the big one, on the face mask. But, again, you've got to find a way, if you're an offense as West Boca, get points on this drive, no matter if it's 6 or it's a touchdown.
Back-to-back big plays for West Boca. Not only do you get a stop at the goal line, but you also get a face mask in your own end zone to advance the ball 15 yards. Mallory on the carry. Drops the football. It's a fumble at the 25. Waiting to see who has it. It looks like Chaminade celebrating, and they do. Nod takes over, and the Lions get the football back.
So there you go, Kat. You talk about supremacy, being able to play on a national level, no matter who you go and play, whether it's in Virginia, Oscar Smith, or you go to California, play De La Salle, no matter where you go, if you put the football on the ground, the game is going to be pretty much academic. That's what Chaminade has done tonight. They've been able to create turnovers and also take advantage of when, on the other side, West Boca's put the ball on the ground. But they'll learn from it. Don't get me wrong. Dylan Potts is a great coach. He'll teach his guys what to do in the situation, but they've got to grow in the situation and don't allow it to fester into week 1.
Chaminade takes over at the 24, dropping back to pass, firing, go out near sideline, going up and incomplete. No flag on the coverage. Very good man-to-man coverage by C.J. Jackson, the sophomore defensive back.
That's just good play calling, right? So I want to kill an ant with a sledgehammer. So what I'm going to do is I get them in a situation, the ball's turned over. I'm thinking the defense has got their head down. I want to throw the ball up and try to make a play in the end zone. That's how you call football plays. That's the way you put teams away when you're a national power.
2nd and 10, still at the 24. Chaminade has the ball. West Boca's defense has got to be feeling the heat here. They've been on the field for a ton of this second half. A carry goes up the middle and gets stopped short at the 22-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
Now you hit it right on the head. Defense been on the field pretty much all night. The thing about it, we can go back to last year. All the games that we saw West Boca, defense dominated. Offense has got to catch up, and they will as the season goes on.
Play action pass, out route thrown, overshot his intended receiver, Lopez. And it'll be 4th down and 8, and West Boca gets another stop. And if they are gassed, they're not showing it. The West Boca defense gets another stop. It is 4th down and 8. 2:32 to play in the third quarter, 18-3. Chaminade has the football, and they have the 15-point lead, and their offense is remaining on the field. 4th and 8.
4th and 8, big stand right here.
In the shotgun, trips left, lone receiver right. Firing it, left side, caught. No, it's not. It's incomplete. I spoke too soon. Open. Ball in the hands at the 10-yard line, well past the sticks was the intended receiver, and the hold that was going to be called against Chaminade is declined, so the play wouldn't have counted. But it's a turnover on downs, and we've kind of seen the play wouldn't have counted, but that's 2 drops by Chaminade that they would like to iron out going into regular season play next week.
Turnover, it's only a 2-score game. The Bulls are
2:14 to play in this third quarter. Clock's rolling at the moment as West Boca jogs back onto the field, and it does stop at 2:05. West Boca at the 22 on their own half of the field, trying to keep momentum forward after 2 back-to-back defensive stops. Handoff, Lockhart up the middle across the 25-30 and gets brought down just short of the line to gain. He may have stretched the football forward to move the chains, and yes, it will be an HSS first down. And there is a down Chaminade Madonna defensive player, and that will trigger an injury timeout. Brought to you by Sports Certified, powered by Vitacost. After that HSS first down, West Boca tries to matriculate this football down the field. 1:46 remaining in the third quarter. West Boca has the football, trailing 18-3. Live on YouTube at ESPN Top 63 and on the air of ESPN 106.3.
It's Theo Dorsey, and I'm feeling hot, hot, hot. Temperatures are up, but your water shouldn't be full of mystery floaties. Culligan's got your back with water testing and reverse osmosis systems to keep things clean, cool, and crisp this summer. And get this, you can try it for just $10 a month. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and stop drinking who knows what. Visit Culligan.com today to schedule your free water test.
Hey, Culligan man!
1st and 10, West Boca after that injury timeout. The Bulls got the football on their own 32-yard line. 1st and 10, we'll see if they keep the football on the ground. McNeil, play action, rolling to his left. Now Tuxton is going to run it. Nice sidestep, breaking ankles. And he gets a positive gain on 1st and 10 on the quarterback scramble. Gets the football to the 37. Rarely do you see a quarterback with nifty moves like that.
Yeah, nice on that. I mean, I like it. But again, you've got to be able to look down the field, does McNeil, because he had a receiver right here in the left flank wide open. As the season goes on, he's going to get used to where they are. They'll do their timing. Outside of what coach does in practice, they'll get their timing down. I like what I see in this offense. They're going to get better as the season goes on.
Clancy split out wide to the right. Appears to be Andrew split out wide to the left. And in the backfield, one of the many running backs, Quentin Miller. And Miller gets the handoff right side and gets bottled up at the line of scrimmage. He'll only gain 1. It'll be 3rd down and 4. 53 seconds to play here in the third quarter. And, Coach, I don't want to get ahead of myself. It's only a 2-score game. But how close do you have to get to the first down marker here on 3rd down to make it 4-down territory?
Well, you're dealing with a high-powered offense on the other side, so you better try to get it here on third down because they're going to bend, but they're not going to break. So if you're in it, if you get close enough, say about a yard or so, you may go for it. But again, if you do that and you don't make it, that's trouble.
Two receivers to the right, tight end to the left. Shotgun. McNeil takes a snap, play action pass, looking right, firing deep down the right sideline. Contact, and there is a flag thrown at the end of the play. Billy Clancy was the intended receiver. He wanted a flag and did get one in the second level, and we'll assume it's defensive pass interference, and it will be a first down on 3rd and 4, if that is the case.
Well, they're saying he impeded his progress to get to the football, but looked like both of them were jockeying for the ball right there to me. The official had a better look at it from his angle than I did, but that's what you have to do. McNeil's got to find a way to not lock into that one guy because he's bringing that safety over. He's got to be able to look down the field, hold him there, and then come back to that guy because if you keep staring him down, the good safety is going to take that the other way.
11 seconds remain in the third quarter of this one. The HSS Game of the Week supported by Smith Ball, Baez, and Prather. Ball at the 48 in plus territory now as West Boca advanced past midfield. McNeil in the shotgun. Hands it off to Mallory. Mallory bouncing it outside across the 45. Stiff arm at the 40, staying on his feet and high stepping out of bounds. A solid gain on 1st and 10. See where they eventually spot that football. Gets close to the first down. Not enough. Gets past the 40 to the 39. It'll be 2nd down and 1 for the West Boca offense, with 3 seconds remaining in this third quarter. It almost feels as if when you're going to be scouting West Boca, the secret's out on Javian Mallory. Even if he didn't play in the playoffs last year, the resume speaks for itself. When you are the player of the year in Palm Beach County as a sophomore, the secret's out. West Boca almost establishing the run in order to set up the pass. Here's the presumptive final play of the third quarter. Mallory on the carry, right side, gets stuffed. Nowhere to go, and gets brought down at the 40. And at the end of 3 quarters of this one, it will be 18-3. Chaminade over West Boca, and we return. It'll be 3rd and 2. We'll switch sides. West Boca will get the football on the flip side. It is the ESPN West Palm High School Game Day HSS Game of the Week, supported by Smith Ball, Baez, and Prather. 18-3, Chaminade lead. We'll be right back.
The St. Lucie Mets are in the home stretch, and you don't want to miss it. August brings 15 home games to Clover Park, packed with fireworks and fan favorites like $2 beer, hot dogs, soda, and popcorn on select nights. It's affordable, family-friendly fun on the Treasure Coast. And in September, playoff baseball comes to Port St. Lucie. Catch the future stars of the big leagues now. Every game is a new memory waiting to happen. Get tickets and more info at stluciemets.com.
You're listening to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day, presented by HSS Florida. Choose better, move better, and supported by Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather.
Third down. Looks like the chains might be on the wrong side. And we're back here on ESPN 106.3. The HSS Game of the Week High School Game Day, supported by Smith Ball, Baez, and Prather. 18-3. West Boca trails to Chaminade Madonna, but West Boca has the football, not dead yet. You find the end zone on this drive, and things get a whole lot more interesting because of the power of the West Boca defense. These past couple of drives, they've kind of given every reason to fold, to not give up, but they've been put in some tough spots the past 3 drives, backed up on their own end, not having any time to rest on the sideline, but the conditioning in the offseason has certainly paid off from West Boca. That defense has been stout the past couple of drives. But here's the offense of West Boca, and they now reset the chains at the 40-yard line in plus territory. 3rd down and 2 for the West Boca offense in the shotgun. It'll be Trey Moran, direct snap, breaks the first tackle, and just gets back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing going there on the QB-designed run. 4th and 2 now for the Bulls offense, and it is 4 down territory for the reigning defending 6A state champs.
Yeah, that's why I was giving you the 2. I wasn't saying peace sign. I was telling you it's 2 down territory. You got to try to go for it here. You got to find a way. But again, know that they're going to sell out in the middle. They're going to bring everything, so you got to find a way to get the ball out on the edge if you can. Maybe throw the football because they're expecting you to run right up the middle.
4th and 2. Got to get to the 38. Ball's in plus territory at the 40. Moran in the shotgun. Tailback to the right. It's a pass. Moran fires to the flats. Andrews catches it, stretches forward, has more than enough for an HSS first down. Move the chains. West Boca is alive. 11-13 to play in the 4th quarter of this one. Chaminade on defense leads 18-3.
Now you see why I'm in the Hall of Fame at my house? Yeah, because you know they're going to sell out up the middle. They're going to take everything away up the middle. You got to find a way to create something as they did on the outside, did the Bulls, and that's the way they're able to stay on the field.
A gain of 7 on that catch to Kyle Andrews. 2 receivers to the left. Moran takes a snap, hands it off. Mallory on the carry. Goes up the middle and just taking a couple of Chaminade defenders for a ride up the middle. Not 1, not 2, not 3 different Lions heads to the ball, and he drags them forward for a solid gain on 1st and 10. Spotting the football all the way on up to the 28-yard line. Line to gain is the 23.
If this were baseball, you ask yourself, does Jalen Mallory have a pitch count? Because he's limping a little bit. He's been doing that since early in the 2nd quarter. Is he in great shape right now? I don't know. I know he's worked hard in the offseason, but nevertheless, he's taking a pounding tonight by this offense of the Lions.
McNeil is the quarterback on the field for West Boca. 2 receivers left, 2nd down and 5. They're in plus territory. Lockhart's the tailback to the right. Ball on the right hash mark. Down by 15 is West Boca with the football. And before this one's underway, it's going to be blown dead. 5-yard penalty goes against West Boca to turn a 2nd and 5 into a 2nd and 10. Back the football up to the 33-yard line.
And those are the things you got to clean up if you're Dylan Potts. Those are small mistakes in this type of game against some of the better teams in your class this year, that when you get to the playoffs, these are the kind of things you can't do. This is a great start for you, though. You want to see how you measure up against the better teams early in the season. I like this matchup.
18-3, Chaminade has scored 3 touchdowns, no conversions. 3 points on the board for a field goal for West Boca. Rolling to his left. McNeil throws it incomplete. Kind of threw it across his body, rolling to his left, throwing to his right. Nearly connected with his, I believe, running back, Quentin Miller, out of the backfield, who was open, but that's a tough throw to make when your momentum's working against you. 3rd and 10 now for West Boca after the incomplete pass with 9:27 to go in the 4th and final quarter of regulation.
Yeah, McNeil's got a nice live arm, but he's got to get his shoulders square. So if you get your shoulders back around, square to the line of scrimmage, now you can make that throw, aim at his head, it'll come down to his chest. But he tried to throw it sidearm, and the ball kind of sailed on him. Got to get it in the middle of his chest so the receiver can have a chance to make a play.
3rd down and 10. Check that, 3rd down and 11. In the shotgun, McNeil has trips receivers to his left. It's a handoff. Mallory on the right tackle has a host of blockers, but he cuts inside, and the Lions swarm him like a pack. And it is no gain on 3rd down, setting up 4th and long. That line to gain is the 23-yard line. The ball is at the 33.5. So a long way to go here if West Boca goes for it on 4th down, and you look at the clock. Down by 2 scores. It's 18-3. West Boca has the ball, and it is 4th and long in plus territory. You've got to go for it here. And they'll have time to think about it because there is a injured Chaminade player on the field, triggering a injury timeout brought to you by Sports Certified, powered by VitaCost. We'll take a timeout with them here live on ESPN 106.3 and YouTube at ESPN Top 63.
Is growing. We're looking for new movers and drivers who lead by example, show up ready, and take pride in their work. If you're dependable, willing to learn, and thrive in a fast-paced environment, you'll fit right in. This isn't just a job, it's a career. Do you have what it takes? If so, visit safeboundmoving.com to apply today. safeboundmoving.com.
You're listening to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day, presented by HSS Florida. Choose better, move better, and supported by Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather.
We're coming to your city.
This very well could be the game for West Boca. 4th and long. Got to get to the 23. 9 minutes to go in the game. They trail by 15. Empty set. McNeil drops back to pass. Steps up. Fires across the middle. It's incomplete. Heavy pressure off the right edge, forcing McNeil to let loose of that football. And there really was great coverage in the second level by Chaminade to make that a tough throw to make for McNeil. It's a turnover on downs, and Chaminade will take over. 8:53 to play in the fourth quarter, and the Lions from Hollywood, Florida lead 18-3.
If you're Chaminade, what you want to do here is just try to run this clock out, get out of here injury-free. A couple of guys go down. They were able to walk off under their own power, but try to get out of here with no injuries. I'm sure Dylan Potts on the other side says, listen, we're going to play this thing throughout, but we too want to get out injury-free. We got a long season ahead of us.
You know, after that couple of fumbles, 3 crucial fumbles in this game for West Boca. One was a muffed punt, and 2 were by ball carriers, 1 by Javian Mallory, 1 by Billy Clancy. That feels like the difference in this game not being closer. Yeah. I think that Chaminade has outplayed West Boca. That's definitely fair to say, even without those turnovers.
Right.
But those have kind of turned, if you just look at snaps from scrimmage, no turnovers, very well-matched teams. West Boca just has let these mistakes, ball security, really take the competitiveness out of the game so far.
Yeah, and usually that's the difference in the game. You know, you find a way to create turnovers, or if the opportunity is given to you, you take advantage of them. So either way, you get the football. If you're Chaminade, you drive it down the field, you score, or if they give it up, you take it away. So that's what this game is all about. And on the other side, if you're West Boca, that's why pencils have erasers. You got to find a way to clean up those mistakes. So they will. As the season goes on, they'll find a way to get it done. They're a solid program. I was very proud to be here last year. We did the playoff game, and they showed me a lot. I didn't think they beat Kissimmee Osceola in the state championship game, but they did. And you know, you got to be proud of where Dylan Potts has come with this program, because they're in the middle of nowhere. But kids want to come here, they want to play here, and he's done a great job of keeping these guys together.
And you want to find out your flaws and your areas for improvement as early as possible.
Yes, sir.
You don't want to find out areas of improvement in the state semifinal game.
That's right.
You don't want to be Alabama playing Citadel, and then all of a sudden you get to SEC play, and things are a little bit different. Here is a carry, left side, Cooper flagging the play. He's off for the races, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. Down the sideline, into the end zone. It is a touchdown. But this one might be coming back on a hold of the offensive line, and that is the call. So long run that time by running back Derek Cooper. And that 60-70-yard run down the sideline is all for naught as it turns a touchdown into a 1st and 20.
Yeah, Coop said, man, you got to be kidding me. That was my longest run of the night. I'm tired. Yeah, I've been doing gases, but I'd like to get a payoff on the other end. That's what happens a lot of times. And I mentioned earlier, when you have that soft corner where there's nobody there, everybody's gone, there's nobody there, usually it's because somebody's grabbed the player on the opposite team and pulled him away where he couldn't get to the running back. And that the officials see that 99% of the time.
And you know, we talked about how not the end of the world for West Boca. This is week 0. This is an exhibition. However, when you talk about goals of national relevance,
right,
these games really do matter in terms of proving you're not just the best in 6A in Florida, but you are deserving to be looked at as a national power. So these are games that when you go further and further into a state power history, you're going to win these exhibition games. Trips right, lone receiver left. 1st and 20 for the offense of Chaminade Madonna. 8:39 to play in this fourth quarter. Pass out to the right side on a swing pass. 1 broken tackle, not the second. It'll be a solid 8-yard gain on 1st and 20 that time. The catch was made by Peter Pierre.
Yeah, I'm listening to Coach Potts in the pregame, and he sounded as if he knew they were going to be in this contest all night long, as he should. I mean, he should have felt that way. But he also knows who he's facing on the other side. So now he says, okay, this is where we are. Let's make the adjustment. Let's go back to the drawing board, because we're not there yet. If you're honest with yourself, you look in the mirror, you're not there yet. But they can get there. And in due time, they will.
Ball at the 31, fired to the right sideline. It's going to be caught at the sticks. HSS first down. A great route that time. Ran by, it appears to be Denarius Gray on the far sideline. Just pretty much a 10 or 12-yard curl route where the ball was put right where it had to be.
I'll take that, but it's even better throw because you saw the defender coming right at you, going to hit you. You got to get it out of there. And as a quarterback, and I play quarterback. A lot of times, guys just, they kind of ball up, but he stood in there and threw that ball down the field.
Takes trust, too, to throw to a guy who's not looking at you, as that ball is the snap is a direct quarterback keeper on 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. A gain of 2 on 1st and 10, 2nd and 8. 7:15 to play in the fourth quarter. In control of this one is Chaminade Madonna, reigning Class 1A state champions over West Boca. 18-3 the score. Ball at the 47, short of midfield. Two-back set. It's going to be a play-action pass. Going to be caught at the 43 and brought down at the 45-yard line. A loss on 2nd down. Back to the 2nd and 9 now as he gets to the 46 on the stretch.
It looks like other than giving up a couple long plays, this West Boca defense is right on.
Yeah.
They're ready to play football.
And not on the field right now is Xavier Reed, who was
Yes, sir.
a massive part, probably the best player on defense for West Boca last year. So keep that in mind. And there is a penalty called against the offense of Chaminade to back them up behind the sticks and to replay that 2nd down. Back them all the way up to the 35-yard line. In the backfield is Derek Cooper, who you want to talk about monitoring and on a pitch count for running back. Cooper still out there, 15-point game with 6.5 minutes to go in a week 0 exhibition. Rolling to his left. Leonard points downfield, fires it, incomplete. Had a couple of receivers in the area. He settled on Jason Lopez as his intended target, but just kind of ran out of room. Rolling to his left, firing to his left. 6:27 to play in the fourth quarter. 18-3 Chaminade over West Boca here on ESPN 106.3. Streaming live. Picture on YouTube at ESPN Top 63.
Yes, sir. No doubt about it. And they're listening all over the world. I mean, I've got friends that are, my phone keeps going off, but they're texting me from all over the country.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's the way it is. We do our thing here on Friday night. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whatever day it is.
Not something to take into granted to get Chaminade Madonna in your building after winning a state championship on either side. Cooper bounces off a tackle. A couple of big, heavy hitters meet in the hole, and they kind of reach a stalemate, and he goes down at the 39-yard line on that 3rd and very long. 4th down and 16, and the punt team will come out onto the field halfway through this 4th and final quarter of regulation.
And, Kat, I mentioned that because a lot of these guys are saying, hey, say my name on the radio. Well, I can't, because if I miss someone, I'm just going to say y'all, because if I miss someone, somebody's going to be mad. So, hey, man, thanks for listening. We enjoy what we do, and it's Thursday night. Still ready to go.
As a matter of fact, a new way to listen to ESPN West Palm is the ESPN South Florida app. Download that. Bang, you've got an instant stream of ESPN 106.3 and access to everything ESPN West Palm High School coverage. Punts away, nearly got blocked, but it got away unscathed, and it will not be returned. It'll check up at the 26-yard line. So West Boca still has a chance here. 5:27 to play in the fourth quarter. They only trail by 2 scores. It's 18-3. Chaminade on top of West Boca, but we're going to need to see offensive protection or production and ball protection that we haven't seen from West Boca so far this evening if they want to mount a 15-point comeback here with under 6 minutes to play in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they got to be able to throw the ball down the field, and that's not their forte. They want to run the ball between the tackles, get Mallory the ball in space if they can, but they've got to find a way to adjust their offense and adapt in situations just like this. Now, good coaches make the adjustment on Monday after they've seen the film. Great ones do it during the game and at halftime. So you got to be able to adjust as an offensive unit if you want to grow and see where you are and get your guys in the game sometimes when it seems almost that it's over.
We'll stay right here for the sports certified, powered by Vitacost timeout. It's a water timeout, hydration timeout. It's still hot. I know that sun went down, but it is still toasty and humid here, just brushing up against the glades here at South Florida. 5:27 to play in the fourth quarter. 18-3 the score. Chaminade leads over West Boca. West Boca has the football. Trey Moran in at quarterback. In the backfield alongside Trey Moran, you have Anderson Gracilian. Gracilian put in motion out of the backfield. Empty set now. Moran takes a snap, and the play's blown dead before it gets going. They were going to throw a pass out to the man in motion, Gracilian, and a timeout's going to be called once again, but this time it will be a team-called timeout by Chaminade. Sports Certified, powered by Vitacost Timeout. Be back in 30 seconds here live on ESPN West Palm High School Game Day HSS Game of the Week, supported by Smithball, Baez, and Prather. 18-3, 5:20 to play in the fourth quarter.
Summer is here. Stay cool with EDS Air Conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can take advantage of 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong in sports, not in your home. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS is the name you can trust since 2006. Visit EDSIsYes.com today. Game day comfort starts now. Don't sweat the small stuff.
Moran puts it back in motion. It's Lockhart setting up trips right. Two receivers left. Empty set for Trey Moran. Now Lockhart jogged back into the backfield. 18-3, Chaminade on top. Now Lockhart jogs back outside. Empty set still. Shotgun snap. Across the middle. It's going to be caught by Kyle Andrews. Stays on his feet. Jab step at the sticks. It's an HSS first down to move the chains for West Boca on 1st and 10.
So, Kat, I run a guy in motion. If a guy goes with him, that's man-to-man. That's what I'm thinking in my head, right? So I want to make sure I call a man-to-man beater. If he stays there, it's a zone. So I got to let my guys know to sit down in that zone. You keep running in the zone, you're going to get hurt.
Two receivers left, spread formation, now an empty set as Moran fires it to the right side. Gracilian makes the catch to the 35. Broken tackle up past the 40-yard line. Gets to the 41. It'll be a gain of around 3. Second down as West Boca tries to continue this momentum. They've had a couple of quick starts to drives, have not been able to maintain it and punch that one into the end zone so far tonight. Just 3 points to show for it. And this play is blown dead on 2nd down and 7. False start going to call it against West Boca, and that'll back them up behind the sticks. 2nd down and 12 now coming up for the Bulls offense. 4:32 to play in the fourth quarter. West Boca needs points, and they need them fast. 18-3, Chaminade on top.
Let me just clarify what I'm saying is, okay, so you're running through a zone. There's a guy waiting for you to come through that zone. If you keep running right into him, he's going to lay the wood to you. But if you sit down in the zone, find a soft spot, now you're able to catch the ball like he did and turn up and try to make a play. So you got to know the difference between the two. That's why teams use motion in order to set that up.
Ball on the right hash, two receivers on either side of quarterback Moran. Drops back to pass in the shotgun. Fires across the middle. Got a man. Clancy caught. First down more. At the 42-yard line, he gets brought down past midfield for the HSS first down. Billy Clancy moves the chains, and Trey Moran puts the ball where it needed to be. Under 4 to play here in this final quarter of regulation. 18-3, Chaminade on defense has a 15-point lead. West Boca trying to cut into that now. Trips left, lone receiver right. It's a handoff. Right side, and nothing going there. No gain on 1st and 10. And maybe even more importantly, the clock will continue to run. This ball will be snapped under 3.5 minutes to play in the game. Ball at the 42. Line to gain is the 31.
So usually in this situation, you're going to call 2 plays in the huddle. So once you run that one play, you go right back to the line of scrimmage if you're not a no-huddle team. But maybe they don't want to show that in the early part of the season, but that's usually the way you're going to do it.
2nd and 11 for West Boca. 3:10 to play in the game. Down by 15 of the Bulls. Dropping back, Moran. Safety route at the 45-yard line. Fighting forward and stretching out of bounds. So they're going to stop the clock? No, they won't. The clock continues to roll. It's a gain of around 5 yards. Gets the ball inside of the 40 to the 38-yard line. Line to gain is the 31. 3rd down. And now under 3 minutes, the clock continues to roll. West Boca, once again, needs to score twice and convert a 2-point conversion if they want to punch this one into overtime. But first things first, got to find the end zone for the first time tonight. Trips left, lone receiver right. Moran bobbles the snap, catches it, throws to Lockhart, and he runs out of bounds to stop the clock. Gets inside to the 35-yard line to the 34. Line to gain is at 31. They're going to give him the 33 and spot the ball there. Here is the ball game. 2:22 to play in the game. 4th and 2. West Boca with the football. Javian Mallory jogs back onto the field.
34 in. You got to get your best football play here because, again, this is the game, as you mentioned. They've got to stay on the field right here. There's no other opportunities.
Rushing to the line. Clock is stagnant at 2:22. 2 receivers left, 4th and 2. Moran takes a snap. Mallory gets a carry, bouncing it up the middle. Gets a first down and a little bit more. Gets brought down to the 25-yard line, and this game is still alive. The clock will stop for the time being with 2:14 to play in the game. 18-3. Chaminade on defense has the lead. West Boca having one of the more successful offensive drives of the game. And now the clock rolls. It'll be snapped with under 2 minutes to go in the game. 2 receivers left, the tight end to the left for quarterback Trey Moran. In the backfield is Jaden Lockhart. Tight end shifts from the left side to the right side. Shotgun snap, rolling to his left, quarterback Moran steps up and now rolls to his right, has a little more space out there, tucks it, he's going to run it, 30, 25, out of bounds, short of the 20-yard line to salvage something out of this, and more importantly, just stop the clock, because a sack there would be exceptionally detrimental. It's a 1-yard gain, 2nd and 8 coming up for West Boca.
Receivers got to also understand time. If you get tackled in the middle of the field, it's going to run the clock. So if you're near the sideline, try to catch the ball and get out of bounds to preserve some time.
Ball spotted at the 23. In the shotgun, Moran's got 2 receivers on either side split out wide. He takes a snap in the shotgun, steps up, fires right sideline to Lockhart. He catches it short of the 20 and gets brought down at the 20-yard line, out of bounds rather, gets brought out of bounds at the 20-yard line. 1:33 on the clock here in the game. So 1:33 remaining in the game. Chaminade on defense, leading 18-3. West Boca on offense.
That's good awareness there. You know, you're near the sideline. You got to step out of bounds to preserve some time, but also you got to try to get the ball down the field. Keep this. You got 2 more downs to try to get a first down to get in the end zone.
Line to gain is the 16. Ball's at the 20. 3rd down and 4 for West Boca. Trips right after Lockhart's put in motion. Moran in the empty set. Steps up in the pocket. Steps up again. Gets brought down and sacked. But there is a lot of laundry in the secondary. This could be a defensive penalty. And it looks like that might be the call. So it was 3rd and 4 and a sack on Trey Moran in the backfield. But there is a penalty on the play. Some contact in the second level. We'll see what the official call is with 1:23 to play in the 4th quarter.
We'll get a hold on the defensive side for first down. And still got time here if you're West Boca. Got to get in the end zone, though.
Coach, remind us what the difference between defensive pass interference is and holding on the defensive secondary.
Well, high school is kind of weird. You know, normally it's a spot foul, the next level. But here, you're just going to get a first down. Nothing's automatic, but first down, 10-yard penalty, and that'll move it on right there.
Ball at the 11, 1st and 10 there. Mallory on the carry, bouncing it outside, cutting up the field, stretching towards the end zone, and he gets brought down at the 1. The clock will roll.
You got to hustle.
Clock continues to trickle, and you got to save those timeouts because if you don't get an onside kick, you're going to need to use them. And now a timeout is called. Ball at the 1-yard line, 1st and they didn't give him the first down, so it'll be 2nd and inches rather. And now a snap. Moran hands it off. Mallory bounces out. An unblocked rusher. He's in for 6. And the West Boca Bulls have their first touchdown of the season in Week 0 play.
That's what a great running back does. Again, a guy penetrates untouched. You got to make him miss. Sometimes there's nothing there. That's the difference between a guy who plays only on Friday night, parents are proud, and a guy who goes on to play on Saturday, possibly even on Sunday.
1:01 to play in the game, and West Boca will not go for 2 here. They will instead kick the point after. Try to make it an 8-point game.
Timeouts. How many do you think on the West Boca side?
I did not catch that. And the snap, hold, kick is up, and it is through.
I believe it's 2, and I'm not certain. I'm getting younger, so I don't remember some of this stuff.
18-10, Chaminade Madonna leads over West Boca, but the West Boca Bulls have their best offensive drive of the game when they needed it most. A couple of conversions on that drive, and they will likely kick an onside kick here, especially at this level of the game. Anything can happen on special teams, especially to a team like West Boca, who for the past 2 years have a flair for the dramatic, to put it lightly, when you look at their most recent playoff runs. Hail Marys or Hail Mallories, and then you also have last year's state semifinal instant class against Southridge. You do not want to close that YouTube app yet. You do not want to change that radio dial yet. You want to stay right here and see this one through. And we'll stay here live on ESPN 106.3 to see this one through. And stick around for the post-game show, because we will get the Built Ford Tough matchup of the week, brought to you by South Florida Ford. The MVP of the game, brought to you by Duffy Sports Grill. And we'll look ahead, brought to you by the Boca Bowl, because we are all looking forward to that Boca Bowl. West Boca will kick it away from their own 40, presumably will be funny business. We'll see if it's a conventional onside kick. Maybe they have 2 kickers out there and misdirect. This is when you see those practices come to fruition. 1:01 to play in the fourth quarter. Again, 18-10. Chaminade leading over West Boca. West Boca just found the end zone and kicked their extra point good. Here is the kick. It's an onside kick right up the middle, and it will be scooped up by Chaminade Madonna, and they will take over right around the 48-yard line past midfield. But there is a flag on the play, and it will be offsides against, I believe, the kick team of West Boca. And they were going to re-kick that one. That kind of seems like an easy risk to take if you're West Boca, doesn't it? Just strategically, if it's not a deniable penalty or declinable penalty, why wouldn't you try to get as quick as a jump off the ball as possible if the only thing you're risking is 5 yards and a re-kick? Yeah, well, the official is there. He's looking to see if you cross the ball before the kicker does. So, yeah, you're taking a chance. That play's blown dead. It's almost like a false start on a regular play from scrimmage. Yes, sir. From the 35-yard line now will be West Boca with another attempt at an onside kick. Now the secret's out. We'll see if they go right up the middle once again. And the onside kick is a line drive, goes to the second level, and the ball's loose! Anybody can get it! It's still loose! Did Chaminade scoop it up after the first bobble and muff? Still awaiting the call. West Boca's pointing, but that might be wishful thinking. Now Chaminade's pointing in the direction, and the Lions take over. Different strategy on the second attempt at the onside kick, and I kind of like it. You kind of sneak the football into a dead zone and take them by surprise. The first onside kick went to the first line of defense, just barely get the football 10 yards. The second one went about 25 yards down the field on a line drive, and Chaminade Madonna does take over at their own 35-yard line.
Defense!
It's the HSS Game of the Week on ESPN High School Game Day, supported by Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather. Chaminade it looks like they are in victory formation, and that kind of is the red flag that timeouts line up to where this one is over after the formality knees laid down, and the clock is going to run down.
Yep, that's the best formation in football. If you're in it. You know, you just kneel down, take a knee, and you go on to the next week. And again, you get out of here healthy. I like what West Boca was able to do there. They fought there right to the end. Came up a little short, but it's still, you got some respect.
Another is taken on down, and that will be it. This one will trickle to triple zeros. And when we get there, the scoreboard will read final. Chaminade Madonna 18, West Boca 10 in this Week 0 clash. A clash of two defending state champions, West Boca in 6A, Chaminade in 1A, and it's got to feel weird if you're West Boca because they went undefeated last year. It's an unfamiliar spot to be in for a lot of the kids that have gotten significant playing time both last year and this year. So now you turn your attention to how will you respond. We will take a quick break, wrap things up, We'll be back here on ESPN West Palm High School Game Day. 18-10, Chaminade gets the win over West Boca.
The Pink Smoke is taking over South Florida. Listen to Lionel Messi, Luis Suarez, Sergio Busquets, and Jordi Alba and Inter Miami in their pursuit of an MLS Cup all season long right here on ESPN 106.3.
Messi, left foot, in on Guzan, tipped it up and over, it's a goal! Lionel Messi is on the board!
Listen to it all on the ESPN South Florida app, brought to you by PNC Bank, Audi, and Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath.
ESPN West Palm is on the move. Brought to you by Safebound Moving and Storage, the most trusted moving company in Florida. You're safe with Safebound. You're listening to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day, presented by HSS Florida. Choose better, move better, and supported by Smith, Ball, Baez, and Prather.
Final score, Chaminade Madonna gets the win over West Boca 18-0 on this Thursday night kickoff classic action. A fun one that had West Boca just jam-packed the gills with fans.
Yeah.
Everyone showed up and showed out. And thank you to everyone who watched on YouTube at ESPN Top 63, on Twitter, on Facebook, wherever you are listening or watching. We appreciate you, and this is just the beginning. Tomorrow we'll have more action. We're going to go to Atlantic and watch Palm Beach Central versus Atlantic for more Week 0 action. But before we get there and turn the page to Friday, let's wrap things up on a Thursday night clash of state champions. If you're in the Kaiser Coach's Corner with Coach Jimmy Bell, and you are Dylan Potts, West Boca head coach, what is the message to your team right now?
Well, there's nothing to hold our head down about because we fought with a giant tonight, and we know they were good. We knew coming in they were good, but we got to clean up the mistakes. We hurt ourselves. Put ourselves in position 3 times on turnovers. We didn't execute 4 times on turnovers, We didn't play our game. But the one thing that I want to see West Boca do from my vantage point as a former coach is adjust when they know you got to throw the football, can you get it down the field? Because that's the only thing that's missing with their team. They can run the ball with the best of them. Can they make the adjustment to throw the ball in situations where teams know they have to throw, find that go-to guy? That's what I'm looking for.
And then for these West Boca Bulls, when you look at it, the game is over. What was the Built For Tough matchup of the week? Where did they struggle, really, when you look at it, break it down X and O's, when coaches are looking at film, pouring through it throughout the weekend? What was the matchup they struggled with?
Well, it's just taking advantage of the moment. When they were in a moment where they had a chance to score just before the half, they didn't finish. When they had a chance to, they fumbled right here. I just talked about being able to, a guy coming in, wrapping up, stripping. In the moment, they didn't follow through, and I think that's where they're going to have to clean up those small things that can really turn into really big things down the road if they don't fix them.
And a lot of self-inflicted wounds from West Boca that led to an 18-10 win for Chaminade Madonna here in Week 0 action. But if you were to pick a Duffy Sports Grill MVP of the game, I guess it's hard to look further than running back Derek Cooper for Chaminade Madonna. He is always cracked up to be. There's a reason why he's ranked number 1 in the state of Florida in that top 100 graduating seniors of 2026. He was inflicting damage on the defense of West Boca, a stout defensive unit.
Yeah, he did. And again, you take away that long 67-yard touchdown run. I mean, he puts him over 100 if he does that. But he is one of those guys that we witnessed tonight why he's number 1. He got better as the game went on. He's physical. He made guys miss in space. And a lot of running backs just want to plow into to guys and try to knock them over. He's not doing that. He's not giving you much to hit. So if you're a defender, you come up to hit him, you got to really be ready to pack a punch because he's going to run you over if he has to, but he really wants to run around you and get to the end zone.
And now it's time to look ahead, brought to you by the Boca Bowl, because we have jam-packed action throughout the next pretty much month or so. Tomorrow night, Palm Beach Central at Atlantic. Week 1, Kings Academy at St. Andrews. Week 2, Treasure Coast at Jensen Beach. And then Week 3, Jupiter at Palm Beach Gardens. So reminder, all of those games I just read off will be broadcasted live on ESPN 106.3. And they'll be live streamed on YouTube at ESPN Top 63. Open your app, subscribe to that YouTube channel, because that's where we're going to have the best and most thorough coverage of high school football in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. Again, it's a final here from West Boca High School, and it is a 18-10 win. Chaminade Madonna gets the win over West Boca. West Boca scored a touchdown with about 1 minute to go in the game, but were unable to recover the onside kick. They attempted to keep that one alive and maybe have a last chance effort. For the coach, Jimmy Bell, I'm Christian Catt. Good night from West Boca High School.
Hey, it's Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike, and if you love football, you're in the right place. Tomorrow, the 2025 season of High School Game Day is coming to your city. ESPN West Palm is on campus for Palm Beach Central at Atlantic, live from Delray Beach at 6 here on ESPN 106.3.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach